Shabbat Shalom, everyone. All right, this is our second half. And we got a very good lesson prepared for you all. Very, very good lesson. I wanted to do part 6 of the problem that women have with the Hebrew men, Israelite men, men of color. I wanted to do part 6 of that, but didn't go that way because they told me to, and I'll be listening to the ladies sometimes. They said, Prince, we done had enough of that for now. So what we did was we went into the thinking room and we came up with some ideals of different things that we wanted to do. And one of those ideals was this. And y'all can let us know what y'all think is best. You know, it's always about the people. Whatever the people say is best, that's what we do. So y'all let us know what y'all think is best. And one of the things that we wanted to do was this. We wanted to have on Rebbe on Wednesday night a little special portion, a special service, a special class, not even a worship service. We didn't want it to be on the weekly Shabbat. We wanted to be on one of the days of the week. So we were thinking about having it on Rebbe, not sure what time, but we were thinking about doing something where we can have like a question and answer portion. Not a debate situation, let's say not the name debate, but where people can come in and voice their opinion about different laws that people might see differently. Some person might come in and want to speak on a day and a night and why they think the daytime is the beginning of a day when the sunrise. They can speak on why they think that the sunrise is the beginning of a day, or why people think that when the sun goes down, that's the beginning of a day. We wanted to have a class set up on Rebbe where we can have a discussion on those types of things. We were thinking of doing it in a different manner, in a different way, other than what traditional debates are about, because we don't want it to be a debate. We want it to be educational. We want it to be spirit felt. We want a lot of people to get the understanding of what it is that we're doing. We want people to be able to come in and voice their opinion, leave with some education. No matter what they came in with, we want to leave with them having more knowledge and more basic understanding of certain things, because a lot of people come into this way of life. And if you come in this umbrella, or you come up underneath of this umbrella, and the way that your teacher teaches you is usually the way that your mind is fashioned. Your mind is usually fashioned in that direction. So therefore, if you were taught that a day begins when the sun rises in the morning, naturally you'll gravitate toward that, and you won't want to change it, because in your spirit you will feel like it's right. Well, at least in your mind, you will feel like it's right. And it will be a little difficult for someone to convince you that that's not when a day begins. Although everyone has their own mind, everybody has the right to speak what they want to speak and say how they want to say. But we want to have a platform where we can open up and have people to come in and speak on the many different topics that Israel faces today, with a lot of the different questions. So how do you all feel about that? Leave us something in the comments when you get a chance, and let us know what your thoughts are and how you feel about us establishing something like that. Because that's what we want to do. I'm trying to see why the class is not broadcasting properly through, it says it is, but I don't see it in the room. So please forgive me. We always have these types of shakeups. You know, sometimes these things are a little hard to avoid. So let me try it again. All right. Okay, we got it. Moving forward now. All right. So we got it. So that's what we're thinking about. That's an excellent idea. All right. Sounds good. May the Most High be praised. Sounds good. And we get some more people to give us their opinion on it. And Dawid, Shabbat Shalom to you. We'll get some more opinion on it, and then we'll set it up and we'll design it where it'll be on a Wednesday night. And we'll figure out a way to make it happen where it will not be a bunch of confusion and chaos and people wrapped up in their emotions and taken away from the energy that we're trying to present. This is about information. This is about sharing information, sharing ideals. So what you all can do is you all can get, if you can, write down some questions that you would like to have addressed. Bring up some issues that you would like to have addressed. And Creator willing, we'll be able to address those issues. We'll bring them up, present them, talk about them, and we'll have it open where we can send the link out to others to come in to be a part of what it is that we're doing, so that people we don't even know can come on the screen like this right here and talk and conversate intelligently. We don't do that other stuff, that negative stuff we don't do. So you have to do it intelligently. You have to represent your case. You don't have to have notes, but you can come off the top of your mind, but you have to reference scripture. You have to know where the scriptures are to support your opinion. And we have to have that done. If we can get that done, we on. We race it. It's going to happen. So with the Creator's permission, this Rivai or the next Rivai, we're going to set up something, put something in motion at night. We're going to send out the links, the invites, and we're going to set up a class where we can have these types of conversations. Not debates, not arguments, but conversations. So may the Most High be praised. All right. So y'all know what it is, family. During this time of the day, we start off our classes by giving a commandment, by presenting a commandment. So if there's anyone in the audience, if you have any commandments, now is the opportunity. You can present your commandments, write them down on the side, and we'll get it in. All right? We'll get it in. Anybody here got any commandments they want to speak on? Anybody here got a commandment that they want to present? All right. Nobody has any commandments. This is going to be a strange day today, but we're going to make it happen. We got some more people coming in now. Maybe they got some commandments they want to present. This is that portion of our day when we do the commandments. So if anybody have any commandments, then you guys are welcome to give a commandment. Let's get this thing moving. Oh, for those who are here on the media platform, share, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all those things so that we can get the people involved that these lessons could be for in the future. Share, push the bell, comment, like. This is the portion of our day, family, where we give the commandments. And if anyone has a commandment that they like to give, now is the time to do so. If you in here, you'll probably come up to the podium, to the stage, so they can hear your voice nice and clear. Look at them, looking all through their phones and their tablets, looking for the commandments. Y'all, it's supposed to be in your heart. Commandments supposed to be right here. You're supposed to have them already right there. Y'all never see me looking at no book trying to grab no commandment. You're supposed to have them. For those of y'all in the listening audience, put your commandment together. Type it in a room. Oh, yeah, I forgot. A lot of y'all don't want us to know y'all here. But it's okay. Welcome to you, too. And if you're not afraid of nobody knowing you here, you rocking with the prince, it's all right. Just type it in a room, and we'll just read your commandment. I promise not to tell nobody you was here. All right? So just write your commandment. Tell us what your commandment is, and then you give us your understanding of that commandment. And we'll elaborate on it, or we'll just let it go. If you do such a great job, we don't need to say anything and be like, oh, thank you. Wonderful job. Oh, you know what I did? I sent my wife the wrong link. Did I send out in this link at all to anybody? I don't think I did. Okay. I can't leave. Okay, when she just gonna have to go on YouTube. I didn't send out the link to the room. My apologies. She'll get it. She'll hear it. She'll go to YouTube and come in through YouTube. I just won't have nothing to eat tonight. I know. That's her punishment. I just won't get nothing to eat tonight. Good thing my mama taught me how to cook when I was young. That way I ain't gotta rely on no woman for this stuff. Thank you, Mama, Ima, for being so good to your son, your firstborn son.
Is it the if you know you will?
Yeah. Did I send you the link to that?
Princess put it in the group.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So if you're listening, Ishi, you can go to the group chat, the Butyl Land group chat, and get the link, and then you can come right in. All right? Then you can come right back here on the platform, and I can pull you up. Sister Saadia, you were first, sis, and I want you to come up and speak your portion. So I'm going to read it. Sister Saadia says, Exodus 15 and 26. Now, did you give us the explanation of this, or is this just the commandment? Because you know you're supposed to give us the explanation as well. If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Most High thy Elohim, and will do that which is right in his eyes, and will give ear unto his commandments, and keep his statutes, I will put. I guess she's still typing. They said they checked it, but it's not there. She said it's for the first class and not this class. For the back end, not for visitors. All right, Sister Saadia, while I'm waiting for you. Lioness Faya, Shabbat Shalom, Lioness. She says, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not put no other Elohim before the Most High. All right, let me lay down the rules for you, Sister Lioness. This may be your first time, I don't know. It may be your first time, I don't know. I thank you for being a part of the family today. This is how we do the commandment portion. The first 10 commandments we leave for the children. But we're going to talk about yours because you took the time to type it. So we're going to take the time to explain it. We'll let that slide for you this time, sis. But when you do come back, you got to give one of the commandments that's not one of the 10 commandments. It has to be the other 600 and, what is it, 603, something like that. It has to be some of the other ones. But let's get on with this one. Let's talk about this one for a minute. Thank you, sis, for bringing that forward. It says, thou shalt not kill. All right? Just so you know, sis, I don't know because you didn't give your explanation. But in the Hebrew, Terzak, I believe it is, means murder, not kill. If the commandment was thou shalt not kill, then we can't take the life of anything. Even if somebody, even in the law where it says that you got to take the life of something, you couldn't take his life because the commandment says thou shalt not kill. What the law says is thou shalt not murder. Lur terzak is murder, not kill, but murder. It's very important that when you teach someone that commandment, that you teach them the correct way. Thou shalt not murder. There's a lot of people who are supposed to be educated people. I'm not saying that that's you, sis. You get an exception in everything today. So it's not you I'm talking about. But there's a lot of people. I've had debates with professional men, Hebrew scholars, and all these type stuff. And they still put up stuff, thou shalt not kill. And that's not what the law says. The law says, thou shalt not lur terzak. Thou shalt not murder. All right, so always remember that, Lioness Fire. When you speak to people, it doesn't matter what level of understanding they're on, share that information with them. Thou shalt not murder, not thou shalt not kill. I've had someone even try to debate me on that fact, saying that if you can't kill, then how would you supposed to eat a lamb? How would you supposed to eat a goat? How could you even eat grass? Because you're killing. The problem, my brother, was that you misinterpret the Hebrew scriptures. So I had to explain that to him. And he was a pastor, and he got an attitude with me. He got upset for me educating him. But that's all right. That's the way it goes sometimes. So we got another one coming up. All right. So, but oh yeah, I want to dance on the next part, sister. Don't go nowhere yet, Lioness Fire. I'm still addressing your issue. And then it says, "Thou shalt not put no other God before the Most High." Let me explain this to you. She is 1,000% correct with her understanding of what that's supposed to mean. But the word God is not a word that any Israelite should be utilizing. Ever, when they're referencing the Almighty, the Most High, El Shaddai. You should never use the word God. G-O-D is a German word. The word, how do you pronounce it, is God, G-A-W-D, in German. That's what it means. And God is a deity that people served, just like Satan, and just like any other deity that people served. God, G-A-W-D, was a real deity. The United States almost spoke German as its official language at one point. A lot of the words from German, the language of German, still prominates in our language even today. Excuse me. That's why a lot of cities have Germantown. They have neighborhoods where the Germans used to live, because in reality, the official language of America was almost German at one point. So God, G-O-D, in reference to the Almighty, is something that we shouldn't do. That's another thing that you see a lot of prominent Israelite leaders and teachers utilizing G-O-D in reference to the Almighty. And then you wonder why we're in the condition we're in today, because we're actually practicing idolatry. Whether you understand it or not, we're actually practicing idolatry every time we do those things. So we got to stay away from that. All right, Sister Sadia. This is what she said. I believe this is her commandment, her explanation. But Sister Lioness, thank you for your comment, and thank you for your contribution. May the Most High be praised, and may the Most High be accepting to your offering on this day. Toda Rabbah. If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Most High thy Elohim, and will do that which is right in his eyes, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep his statutes, I will uphold the law set apart and duly save our lives. Okay, I think something is missing. Okay, she says, the commandment was cut off. Okay, there, I see it. Thank you, I'm sorry. I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have put upon the Egyptians, for I, the Most High, for I am the Most High that healeth thee. Very good, thank you. And then her explanation is, when we are in alignment with the Creator, the curses of disease, famine, death shall not be upon us. Uphold the laws, set us apart, and duly saves our lives. And you are absolutely right. May the Most High be praised, and there is no need for explanation. Let me see this. Now, Sister Saadia, I think you copied and pasted your scriptures, and that's why you got the word Lord and the word God, but I know you know what to do with those Lord and God and all that stuff. It's okay. So I know you know. So we're going to move on. All right. Maisha's commandment. My commandment is Leviticus, Vayikra, 20 and 26. You already used that. Yes, wasn't that earlier she used that commandment? But okay, I'll accept it. Ye shall be holy unto me. Oh, no. 20 and 26. I thought that's what you used. Ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Most High, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye shall be mine. Okay. Did you give us an explanation? Explanation. The commandment is to be wholly set apart for him. The Most High wants us to be diligent, be leaders, be clean unto him, and in doing so, we live a better, more fulfilled life. Very good. Total Rabbah. Very good commandment. Very good commandment. I want to talk about that for a minute. All right? Let me talk about that for just a second. It says, Vayikra, Leviticus 20 and 26. And ye shall be holy unto me. The word holy, just for those who don't understand, I know a lot of people know this, but I want to say it anyway, because we often have new people coming in, they don't know stuff. When you go over and you move as if they already know and they don't know, then they're missing something. And some people are in the background and don't want nobody to know that they're here. So I got to just talk, and I'm talking for those people as well, and the new people who don't know. Ye shall be holy unto me. Holy means set apart. Set apart for a specific task, a specific purpose. So when the Most High says, you shall be holy unto me, he's saying that your life, everything about you, should be set apart from the rest of the world just for the portion of serving me. You can take a glass. You could go to the store and buy yourself 15 glasses, right? 15 glasses. But out of those 15 glasses, you take one glass that you're going to leave at the temple. You're going to leave that at the temple, and you're only going to use it at the temple when you go to the temple. So you leave that there. You have just made that glass holy. So you can't take that glass and take it back home anymore. It has to stay in the temple. And when the time comes you want to take it out of the temple, you know what you got to do? You got to break it. You can't take that which is holy and make it profane. And by taking it home, I mean, you do all types of stuff in your house that you don't do at the temple. So you'll be taking that glass, taking it back. Once you dedicate something to the service of the Creator, you don't take it back from the Creator. That's why up here on this land, anything that we bring up here, remember y'all took them blocks down from up here and used them on that house? We weren't supposed to do that. Everything we bring up here, we utilize up here is sacred. A lot of people don't see it as that way, but we understand it. Anything you dedicate to the works of the Most High is sacred, is holy, is set apart for that purpose. So you always have to remember that. Now you in your essence is a human, and you come into this walk of life and say, I'm going to worship the Creator. You are now set apart. You're now sacred. And what that means is that the wrath of the Creator will be harder on you than on a regular person if you don't keep your sacredness in good standings with the Creator. We're supposed to keep ourselves conditioned spiritually where we never walk to the left or the right from that sacredness. We're supposed to harness that sacredness, uphold that sacredness, and let that sacredness consume us completely, where we dedicate our whole existence to this King and this King alone. He has no partners. He ain't got no friends that deserve a little bit of our attention sometime, and then other times we give it back to him. It don't work that way. The Most High is a jealous power, and he will render upon you if you take what belongs to him and give it to something else or somebody else. On a higher spiritual note, those things that were sacred, that you had classified as sacred one time, that you took down and started doing other things with, sometimes the Most High tries to do things to get your attention, to let you know that that wasn't a good idea, if you're listening. The problem is a lot of people don't know how to hear the voice of the Creator when he talks to them, because he does talk to us. He talks to everybody, but everybody doesn't know how to understand his voice or even how to hear his voice when he speaks to them. Some people, it's in dreams. He talks to you in dreams. Some people, he might talk to you through other people. Sometimes it might be through your children, your yellow dean that he uses to talk to you with. Sometimes it might be through your spouse, your husband or your wife. However it is, sometimes with other people, it's through numbers. You'll see a certain number, certain number, certain number. Look up the understanding of what that number represents. Go back to the Torah and see if you can find its equivalent. And then that'll share something with you, give you insight in how the Most High speaks with you. All right. For I, the Most High, am holy. How is the Most High set apart? From all the many deities, from all the many thoughts, and all the different ideals that people have about the Creator, he's only one. Therefore, he's set apart. No matter what your deity looks like and you think it's the Creator, it ain't the Creator. He's only one. So therefore, he's set apart. I have a question for you, for everyone in the audience. The Most High, when he created mankind on the earth, and he created the universe, and he created the earth, he created the sun, the moon, the stars, and the mountains. When he did all that, right? Did he create within himself or outside of himself? You say outside of himself? Okay, what you think? Did he create inside of himself or outside of himself? What you think? Outside, okay. Anybody else? One more, that's it, just one more. What you think? You say outside? Okay, what's her name, the little one? Zaya, oh, you Zaya. Okay, what you think? The Creator created inside of himself or outside of himself? Outside. Everybody say it outside. And I would say, okay, I'll accept what y'all opinion is, and then I have to give y'all the correct answer. If the Creator was to create outside of himself, right, then that means that something is larger than him. That would mean that something is greater than him. Y'all follow me? Come on. Come on. If the Creator created outside of himself, then that would mean that something is greater and larger than him. Then he wouldn't be the Creator, then would he? Because that means that something else exists. Yes.
I completely understand that now.
Could you come up so everybody can hear you? It's important that we understand.
I was just saying that I completely understand that now. I just was looking at the aspect of the different things that he created and how they can become profane. So I was looking at it on that aspect, but
right.
I do understand what you're saying now.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you very much. Nothing can exist outside of the Almighty. Nothing. Therefore, everything that the Almighty created, he created within himself. Even that vacuum that he put everything in is inside of him. And that's how, I hope y'all listening, that's how everything is a part of the Almighty, but yet the Almighty is not a part of none of his creation. He's in everything, but none of his creation is him. None of it. Do y'all not understand? I didn't confuse anybody, did I? You know, I got the tendency of doing that sometimes. I'll be making your mind work, making your brain stretch a little bit. You know, we get comfortable working in the place that we used to be in. And then when we step in some other place, we be like, our minds start expanding, our eyes get wide, and we look like, wow, where am I? And then we need somebody to say, oh, come here, I got you. Let me walk you by the hand and show you the way. So that's what my attempt is today, to take your hand and walk you by the hand and show you the way. Nothing is greater than the Almighty. Nothing. You got your computer? Oh, you're a little late. You got to go stand in the corner. You got to stand in the corner. All right, let's see what we got now. Yes, we should. By his word, he created. That's boy, Linus is sharp. Where you been at all these days we've been teaching, Linus? We've been needing somebody like you. Melchizedek, Shabbat Shalom, Melchizedek in the house. Hey, y'all, that's Melchizedek right there, y'all. This is the brother right here I was telling y'all about. Now he's here. He might can speak for himself. But this is the brother I was telling y'all about that took the 90-day fast. He went on the 90-day fast. He wasn't doing nothing but drinking water and taking herbs. And I would assume that now he's completed his 90-day fast. Is that right, bro? I believe that he's completed his fast by now. All right. So we're gonna move forward. Next commandment. Anybody want to present? You ready? All right, come on, let's go. We rocking and rolling now. So glad I got some help now.
My command will be out of Vayikra, chapter 5, verse 1. If a person sins because he does not speak up when he hears a public charge to testify regarding something he has seen or knows about, he will be held responsible. And my explanation for that is just whoever is aware of evidence in the case must speak up and testify.
Say that again.
Whoever is aware of evidence of a case, they must speak up and testify.
All right, read your commandment again, please.
If a person sins because he does not speak up when he hears a public charge to testify regarding something he has seen or knows about, he will be held responsible.
So that means be a snitch.
Pretty much.
The creator telling us to be a snitch.
See, we know that snitches are snitches, but not with the creator.
Okay. All right. May the Most High be praised. Yeah, I'm the only one clapping on that. See that? Don't nobody like snitches. I was the only one clapping on that. Yo, we got a phenomenal lesson for y'all today. Phenomenal lesson. We're going to really stretch the imagination in your mind. When you hear this lesson today, y'all going to be like, yo, Prince, that was deep. And that's what we're going to get into. But y'all be patient. We got to go through the formalities, keep the Shabbat right. And before we get into our lesson, we got to do what we got to do. So that's what we're doing. But I'm promising you, share, like, and subscribe, please. And Ima, I might need you to go in and do this for me. Yeah, that's a good way I can do that. I can get you to do it. All right, let me show you what I need you to do, Ima. I need you to go back. I need you to go back. Oh man, it's not giving me what I need. I need to share. Okay, maybe it's something that I'm doing wrong. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep going because I can't. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, this is what I need you to do, Ima. Hey, family, give me 1 second, please. It ain't gonna take long, I promise you. Go to this switch, right? Go to share, and then you press group, and then go down all this default. Just share each one is about Hebrew. Here we go. We had to get the rest of the family involved, so please forgive me. I had to move forward. We get ready to get started. Oh no, we got some more commandments to do. Yes. You got a commandment? Wonderful. Bring your commandment. Y'all see that energy, Prince Scott? Y'all see that energy?
Yeah.
That energy makes you want to, what are you talking about? What do you got going on? Yeah, that's it. Go ahead, read on, please.
All right. My scripture is going to be from...
Can y'all hear him? Because he always on the other side of the room. I don't know.
My scripture is going to be from Vayikra. Is that how you say it?
Like Leviticus?
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 9 and 10. It says, and when ye reap the harvest of your land, you shall not wholly reap the corners of your field, neither shall you gather the gleanings of your harvest. And you shall not glean your vineyard, neither shall you gather every grape of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor and stranger. I am Yahweh, your Elohim. I brought that commandment out today because pretty much my understanding of it is that, The Most High has created an abundance of everything. So when we plant and we grow food, it's always going to be a huge abundance. And so there's enough for everyone if we all just take what we need. Right? And
That's it.
yeah, simple. If we all
Read your commandment again.
all right. And when you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not wholly reap the corners of your field, neither shall you gather the gleanings of your harvest, and you shall not glean your vineyard, neither shall you gather every grape of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor and the stranger. I am the Most High, thy Elohim.
So you should leave them. You shouldn't gather the gleanings, the corners or anything.
Right.
You should leave what falls on the ground or the very edge for the poor and the stranger.
Mm-hmm.
And your explanation was what?
My explanation is that. Okay. My explanation is that we leave some for the poor and the stranger. Right. The Most High. We're the light to the other nations. So nothing is only for us. It's for us.
That ain't what you said earlier.
I know, but
you ain't say that earlier.
I'm about to finish
Yeah,
it.
you
That's my
changing it up. Y'all see,
But
changing it
I'm
up.
trying to keep it simple.
Yeah, see, that's what happens.
I go deep.
Yeah, don't play with me because I'm a challenger. Go ahead, say it again. Go ahead.
I'm trying to keep it short and sweet.
Right,
The
right.
short and sweet answer is life and the things that the Most High created is abundant. There's enough for everyone if we all take what we need. This is what this law is teaching us.
That's what you said
need.
earlier, but that
Right.
ain't. I don't like that one. Take what you need.
Yeah, take what
Some
you need.
people greedy.
Exactly. He's saying do not be greedy.
Some people got larger families than the other one, so they
So
supposed
you
to take.
no,
So
you
then,
take what you need for your
but
family.
that don't apply to that commandment, and I'm gonna tell you why. The Creator says, "Don't touch this. Leave the edges alone." That's what He says. So if I ain't got enough for my family, I still can't touch that. So I can't take what I need. I got to leave that for somebody else. So now dig into your bag of tricks and tell me what that means.
Okay, so the Most High is the Most High is commanding.
See, I make them think. I make them
Most
think.
High is commanding us to leave the outskirts.
There you go.
Leave the
For
outskirts for the poor and the strangers. But they
oh,
also have food as well.
oh, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. That's what that commandment is saying to us. Always keep the poor in mind. Always. Every time the Most High, I like that part when you said, when the Creator gives us stuff, it don't always belong to us. We just glutton it all up. The Creator gave us some land. He gave us a field. We grow food on our field. The outskirts of that should always go to the poor, the fatherless, the widows. In our here, right here on our land, in our community, we're building a house. And in this house, we're building it with blocks, cinder block. And we're going to fill the walls so nobody just can't break in. And we're going to put all the goodies up in this house, refrigerators, freezers, and we're going to put cabinets, wall cabinets, kitchen cabinets, and everything. And what we're going to do in this house is we're going to put a combination lock on the door. So you have to know the combination. The combination code is going to be in Hebrew. The answer is going to be in Hebrew. So if you can't read Hebrew, you can't get in. And we're putting food. We're going to stock food, and we're going to put all type of stuff inside of this room for anybody in our community that just might need something and don't have it. How do we fill it? We fill it like this. This is how we fill this room up. Everybody, when we go shopping through the week, everybody buys something extra just for that room. It ain't got to cost a whole lot, or it could cost a whole lot. Just something that you might think somebody might not have that they might need to help them to get through the week or get through the day or even get through a meal. We don't eat chicken. Chicken is unclean, so we don't put chicken in there. So we're going to have 2 freezers. Hopefully, Creator Women will have 2 refrigerators, washers and dryers. All that stuff is going in this room. Most of the stuff we got already. We just got to do the work, get it up. Most of this stuff is going in that room. So let's say we have some visitors come on the land and they run out of food. They ain't got no food in their home, in their cabin or camper or however they come, and they need something to eat. Well, they better know how to speak Hebrew, because if they don't, they can't get in unless one of y'all go let them in and press the code for them and teach them how to get in. Other than that, they won't be able to get the code right. But this is so that our people will always have a way to eat. Anybody that's associated with, even if they don't live on the land, they can come in, They might have a code to the front gate because we're in a gated community. Thank you, Nasika. We're in a gated community. You got to come to the gate to get in. Somebody got to let you in. So if they come to the land and they got the code to the land, they can always go up to that little cupboard, know the combination, get something to eat, and go about their business. As long as when it's your turn to put something in there, you're putting something in there. And that's how we're doing that. And that's how the Most High got us moving. May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabbah. That's the mind frame we're in. Like you said, every time the Most High gives you something, it's not only for you, it's for others as well. And we got to get out of that selfish mind state. Oh, this is mine, mine, mine. Oh, I got $20 million. I have $20 million and it's all mine. No, we got $20 million. And can I get my part? And that's how I go. And when I get my part, I got to share with somebody else. But let's move forward. Iman, did you want to pull anybody up? Because we got a whole lot of stuff going on in the comment area. More exponent, please. What she mean? More example? Yeah. Sister Opal, what do you mean, Sister Opal? Please explain to me. More examples on what? Which part? Yeah, I did all the laws up top. The last one I stopped was with AIM. AIM says Shabbat Shalom. I didn't get there. He said, take us high into the upper chambers of the heavens, into the firmament. Okay, I'm going to do what I got to do to take you there because that's what this is about. I'm telling you, don't nobody want to leave today. Everybody that's here, none of y'all want to leave because when we get into the lesson of the day, it's going to rock your socks. You're going to be like, whoa, I've been needing that. I've been needing that, Prince. You ain't going to want to leave today. I'm telling you. Ain't nobody going to want to leave. And if it's your first time here, please like, share, and subscribe. What I mean by that is share this on your Facebook page. Share this on your social media outlet. Wherever you got somewhere content where you can share this, share it. Everybody like, share, and subscribe. Let's reach that 1 million people in the room today while we teach it. Let's get it done. We can do it. Can't think small. I ain't no small thinker. I think big. Way big. Real big, like a giant, big boy. Like Goliath. All right, let's go. Iman, did you got something you want to put up? All right, you want to do Sister Tusia? Ames? Oh, this is Laurel's? Okay, Shabbat Shalom, sis. Iman? I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I'll do it. Ain't that what we normally do? That's the normal procedures. I wouldn't want to go outside of the normal routine. We'll confuse people.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Zaquino Laurel's law can be found in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, 15 through 16. And it reads, for the Most High thy power walketh in the midst of thy camp to deliver thee, and to give up thine enemies before thee. Therefore shall thy camp be holy, that he see no unseemly thing in thee, and turn away from thee. 16, thou shalt not deliver unto his master a bondman that is escaped from his master unto thee. And her explanation is, first of all, this camp is set apart. Extend your hands to him as one of your own. Yeah, you turn it on.
I like that. Thank you. Thank you, sis. That was very good. You said this camp is totally set. Mr. Opal, more examples of what? I apologize, but I missed that portion. Since you can just tell me what part did you need more examples on? I'll try to give you some more examples. All right. All right. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Safari. All right, Iman, you got a commandment for us? Or
Sure.
yeah, I mean, you can keep going. I go on mute. I'm already on mute.
My law can be found in Deuteronomy, chapter 21, verse 22. And it said, if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt surely bury him the same day. For he that is hanged is a reproach unto the Creator, that thou defile not thy land, which the Most High thy power giveth thee for an inheritance. So my explanation for that law is that it ends with saying that thou shalt not defile thy land with the Most High giveth thee for an inheritance. So he's telling you that when a man's body is being hung, and it says he committed a sin worthy of death, that he should be buried in the same day. So his body should not be hanging from a tree for weeks, or for an example. And I know a lot of the other nations around us do that. If we look back in history, our ancestors were hung on trees and were hung for days at a time, sometimes months, because they wanted to use them as an example. And the Most High is telling you that that's not his law. His law is to take them down, especially if it was, he committed a sin worthy of death. Not our ancestors, I'm just saying in this law. So if it pertains to a man being buried in the same day, then I would think anybody who's hung should be buried in the same day for the dignity of that person's family. And then also because the Most High said, do not profane his land, or the land that he gave you as an inheritance. So we just got to look at, if we see that, then we know that that's not the Most High's law. That's not his way. And a lot of times people do that to invoke fear. And what you got to understand is when you have that, and the Most High is always knows what to do and how to do it. Because when you have dead bodies hanging around, that brings in disease, that brings in vultures, different things that can attack your land, attack your people, and bring desolation upon you as a community or as a nation. So that's when I think about what that means. The Most High was doing it not just for the sake of that body, but for the sake of the people and what it could bring to you if you have a dead body hanging for so long.
Oh, can you mute your mic, please? Boy, she dropping some jewels. She's absolutely right. The Creator tells you not to have a dead body hanging on a tree past nightfall. And she's absolutely right that a lot of people did that to put fear in other people, to try to prevent them from different reasons why they try to prevent them. But some did it to try to prevent them from conquering their nation. Some did it to try to get other people to stop sinning. They did it for various reasons, but nonetheless, it was a reason. In their mind, they were justified in what they did. So let's move on. Sister Opal, I'm going to try to do my best to answer your question, okay? If I don't answer your question in a little bit, please let me know, and I'll try to readdress it. All right. Sister Uzziah, do you have a commandment you want to give? No commandment? But the little girls is looking up to you to give them and set an example for them. All right, tell her about. Are there any other commandments in the room, family? Go ahead. You got a commandment? Go ahead. Come up here. Come up here. I want everybody to hear the commandment. Tell everybody your name.
Amaya.
This is Amaya, y'all. Here's Amaya's commandment. Go ahead, Amaya.
It's honor your mother and father.
Honor your mother and father. And what does that mean?
You have to obey your Ima and Abba.
Oh, she is Jewel. She's a treasure. That's what I'm talking about. And Sister Zakaria, Shabbat Shalom, Sister Zakaria. Shabbat Shalom. May the Most High be with you, sis. She put a commandment up. Please. Are you ready yet? Or she's still looking?
All right. Sister Zachariah's law is found also in Deuteronomy, Devarim, chapter 1, verse 17. Let me go to it so I can make sure I read it correctly. Chapter 1, verse 17. You shall not respect persons in judgment. You shall hear the small and the great alike. You shall not be afraid of the face of any man, for the judgment of the creators and the cause that is too hard for you, you shall bring unto me, and I will hear it. And Sister Zakari's explanation is, this is pretty simply stated. Hear all cases and judge righteously. No case is too small to be heard or rightly ruled, allowing all voices to be heard, large and small.
May the Most High be praised. Total Rabbah. Excellent, sis. Excellent. All right. Is there anyone else? Anyone else want to give a commandment before we move on? Oh, she has a commandment? Okay. Oh, wait a minute, girl. Amaya? That's Amaya. And you are Zaya. Come, Zaya. Come, let's get Zyla? Oh, okay. Come on, Zyla. I was saying your name wrong all that time. All right, Zyla, give us your commandment.
Never obey your parents.
Say it again.
Never obey your parents.
Obey your parents. All right. Very good, Zyla. Very good. All right. You can go back and sit down. Thank you. She said, obey your parents. Great. All right, Iman, you got one for him? Iman. Oh. Women always telling me what to do.
Okay. It's okay. So my law is from Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1 through 3. It reads, when the Most High thy El shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Most High thy El shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. So really, it was an emphasis on verse 3, to where you don't give your children to God worshipers.
To who?
God worshipers.
God worshipers.
Or what's the word?
Explain it. No, you won't know. Just explain it so we understand.
As well, okay, you don't give your children to marry people that serve other deities.
Can you go on mute, please? I'm very technical. Yeah, I had to give him out. Had to get my opportunity to speak again. She said, thou shalt not give thy children to people who serve other deities. Well, who serve deities, because they're creating a deity, but I understand where she's coming from. Think about this for a minute. So that means if she's right, which I happen to believe that she is, that means that no Hebrew woman should be involved in a relationship with any man who serves another power. Think about that for a minute. Think about it. No Hebrew woman should be involved in a relationship, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, as they call it, none of that, of a man who serves another power. Do I need to say anything else about that? A Hebrew woman is made for a Hebrew man and a Hebrew man only. Why? Because she's what? Set apart. She's set apart. Oh, Prince, you, yeah, that's right. She's set apart. Therefore, she should only have that which is made for her. And that's a Hebrew man who worships the Almighty. Sisters, if he ain't working and walking in the ways of the Almighty, don't even talk to him. Don't pass his number to your Abba. Just forget his number. He give you his number, throw it in the trash as soon as you get around the corner. Call him a pagan. You heathen. Don't even waste your time on him because he's going to destroy your life. He's going to mess your life up. He's going to try to impregnate you with 4 and 5 kids and walk away. Don't mess with him. He's a pagan. Ain't out here. None of the sisters saying nothing in the audience. Nobody typing nothing. Everybody frozen. All right, let's get moving. We had like 26 people in there. I told nobody to leave because you're going to miss this dynamical lesson, and that's on them. That's their loss that they left. That's on them because we get ready to tear it up. So that's on them if somebody else just dropped off. Go ahead. Whoever going to leave, y'all might as well leave now. Because once we start, we're going to lock the room so nobody can't come in. Can we do that? I don't think we could do that. But if we could, we would. But if you're going to leave, you might as well go leave now and then come back later because we get ready to get this in. All right? All right. Let me see if I can share my screen. I don't see what I'm looking for. I don't see what I'm looking for. Okay, let me try to do something else first. Bang. I got to share my screen because I want y'all to read right with me. What am I doing wrong? I got you, sis. She said I'm quiet because I'm taking notes. All right, I got you. Just give me 1 second, family. Okay. Movie. Pages. It won't let me share my screen. All right, what I think I need to do, let me, just give me 1 second. Ima, if you can do the side notes until I get done. Give me a mute, please.
Shalom, everyone. I see we have 19 people in the room. We have 19 people in the room, and we only have 8 likes. Are you all able to go out and like the page, share it, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell? Yeah. I don't want to kill it and then commence it. Like, subscribe. Let's see our likes go up. We have 15 likes. Yes, let's go. We have 21 people in the room. As he fixes that, we will. I don't see any comments or anything. But thank you all for being patient with us. Wait. Oh, well, while he's fixing his screen, I want to tell y'all something that happened today. So my dad was discharged today from the hospital after being there for 3 days, right? And so I'm sitting there the past 3 days. We met quite a few doctors, and they were all really wonderful, this whole experience. And this last doctor, he actually came and visited us in the ICU. And then when we got on the main floor, he was our doctor. And he visited us today 3 times. Like, Normally, most doctors don't do that. They'll come, check in on you, and then be like, okay, we're going to check you out, and you don't see them anymore. He came and visited us 3 times, and each time he spent time with us just talking, explaining everything, really thorough. And the last time he was there, when he came to let us know that he was signing the papers so that we could leave, he looks at me and he says, why don't you go get your natural holistic license, to work, to do natural holistic medicine? And I looked at him and I was like, I have a lot to do. I have a lot on my plate. So then he says, well, you should really look into it. And then if you do, come and check me out in 6 months, because then I can hire you to do holistic medicine in my practice. And I could just come in there. All I have to do is say hi to the people. And as a doctor, that's all you need. And you can still work and still get paid. And I didn't really go into it because it's a Shabbat. But I was just like, okay, just didn't even, like, it just came out of left field for me. And as I was just going home and just thinking about things, I was just like, the Most High is so amazing. Like, you just never know what other people see in you. Like, I've been probably practicing in the medical field for years in different formats. My mom was a holistic doctor. She was an EMT, acupuncturist, a midwife, all these things, and she taught me a lot. But I never, and like, my family's always like, oh, you should really focus on medical. But every time I'm doing something, every time I'm focusing on medical, something tragic happens, in my life, where someone passes or gets really sick. So I'm just going to pray to the Creator about, what the doctor said, and speak to my Ish about it, because obviously I felt like that was a message some way, somehow. And mind you, this is a Caucasian doctor, but he was so impressed with the conversation that my father and I had with him about holistic medicine, and how that we feel holistic and westernized medicine work together, and how you have to know how to utilize it. And he said how he always bumps heads with holistic medical, those who believe in holistic medicine, and how he just felt really good having that conversation, and how he tried this before with someone. So, all praises to the Creator, if it be His will. But yeah, I'll give you all an update. I just wanted to share. I thought that was something very interesting. Shalom. You ready?
I think I know what it is.
Okay.
Chrome has lost permission to capture your screen. Fixate goes
1 second.
preferences, unlock this.
Anybody else? I'm glad I was able to share. So he's still working on his. Okay, so only going to be a second. He's still just working on his screen to be able to share the screen. Technical difficulties. 1 second. All right, I see we have 16 likes and 21 people in the room. Let's get our likes up to match our attendees. Shalom, Sister Hadara, Toda.
Wanted to share the screen because it would be so much better. Unlock the screen by selecting the bottom left corner. Unlock the screen by selecting Google Chrome. Check Google Chrome.
Right, he'll be right back. He had to go out and come back in. So that for you all's patience.
See, that's how much I care. That's how much I care, family. We gonna get this window. All right, so much better. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Oh man, oh, we just get it in now. Is it large enough? Can everybody read it? Is it large enough? All right, let me make it larger. But I can't see it. So let me make it all. Oh, well, it's on the screen still? Can y'all see it on the screen?
Yes.
All right, then I'll just read from my paper. I can see it this way. All right, family, let's get teaching. Y'all ready?
Okay.
Now, the name of this lesson is If You Know You Can, You Will. That's deep, ain't it? If you know you can, you will. Let me travel with you because we're going to do a lot of traveling today to certain places at certain times throughout this course of the day. And these places where we're going to travel is all going to be very informative. A couple weeks ago, I had to perform a funeral service for one of my relatives. It was an aunt of mine. She passed away. So I had to do the service. And, I can't see none of the comments or anything, so.
I got you.
So while doing this, maybe I could fix this. Let me see, so I can't see the comments. So while doing the services, my portion of my education part to the family was this. I said to the family, one of the messages that I left with the family was this. We have to feed the proper energy into our children, into our youth. My aunt, one of the greatest things that I remembered about my aunt was that my aunt, since I was a little boy, she used to always speak words of life to me. And the only thing she ever said to me was, you're going to make a great husband. You're going to be a good provider. She told me that all my life. And then I grew up and I had this family, all these children and women and all these things in my life. And I became just that, what my aunt had already projected many years in my life. She had projected this way before I even knew that it would be a part of my history. She says, you're going to be a great provider. And as I look around today, I haven't stopped doing that yet. I haven't stopped showing or giving provisions. Even, I'm trying to make this so that you all can read it, because I see that it's needs to be broken up. So if I make it larger, you all can read it and you ain't necessarily got to wait for me when that time comes. So in my youth, my aunt spoke words of life to me. And I will always be grateful for what she's done and what she spoke and what she said and how she's done what she did. I will never forget the blessing that my aunt gave to me in my lifetime in this dispensation of time. All right, so now I pray that it's large enough for everyone so that you all can read while I'm reading. Okay? So now I might can go back to this page. No. All right. And I'm grateful for what she did. And I'm saying this because we have to understand the power of thought, the power of our minds. A lot of us are in the conditions today because we don't know how to break generational curses. Your generation that you live in is an offshoot of the prior generation, and then they were an offshoot of the prior generation, and then they were an offshoot of their prior generation. So if through generation, through generation, through generation, through generation, you're fed the same dogma, the same understanding, the limited knowledge, it will be very unlikely that anyone will break out of that bond and go any further than what they went 5 generations ago. Do you understand me? Am I saying something that's confusing anyone? Okay, let me ask you this. How many people in your family do you know, in your immediate family, that you wouldn't mind switching places with because they serve the Creator, their life is on point, their families are on point, they're wealthy, they're getting it, mentally, physically, and spiritually, they're getting it. How many people in your family do you know, if you can go back, how many other generations you could think of, that you wouldn't mind switching places with? How many of them? But our average families, let's look at our average families. We slaves, we work hard, our marriages, our relationships are not working. We're arguing all the time, we're fighting. We don't have a great relationship with the Almighty. Most of us, we don't have a bond with the Creator. With some of us, we're the first generation of Hebrew Israelites who's walking in His truth. For many of us, we are the very first generation of Hebrew Israelites who are walking in His truth. We hand this, we give it to our children, they reject it. They don't want no parts of it. Too restrictive, can't do what they want to do, can't go where they want to go. So what do? They run to the streets and they enjoy that world. It upsets us because we understand what's all that's needed to get them to be on the right path and on the right track. But they don't want to hear that because the world has consumed their thoughts. They're going to get the same thing you've been getting prior to you changing your life. The same thing that your forefathers, your grandmother, your great-grandmothers. I need all of y'all to look deep into the words that I'm about to speak in this subject today. Because if you listen carefully, this class will change your life. It will change the trajectory of your life. I promise you. But you have to listen. Take notes. Write down notes and record the class if you want. Watch it over and over and over. Do whatever you have to do. Because this will 1,000% affect your life. You are what your forefathers were today. And not just spiritually, also physically and mentally. Usually, if your daddy's daddy was a hoe, you're going to be a hoe. Because the same traits that handed down from your daddy's daddy to your daddy's daddy, to your daddy's dad, to your dad, to you, the same traits, characteristics, same personality, same behavior, those things was implemented through your family's line. And it came down into your DNA, through your blood. And you're going to end up being the same thing that he was because you don't know no better. That's why our generations have not changed. We've gotten worse. We have gotten worse. Less men are being responsible for their family, their own seed that they drop out of their loins. Less and less men are doing what we're doing here, taking up our youth, those who come from us, and some of them who ain't ours, and trying to put a shield over them, protect them, and raise them up. More men are doing that today than ever before in our history. The curses are being broken. It's being lifted up off of us and being placed on them. But you have to understand how to cause your future to be what you want your future to be. And that's what today's class is going to talk about. That's what we're going to drop this Jew. What did it say? If you know you can, you will. But the problem is not enough of us know that we can, because we haven't been taught that we can. See, my aunt, many years ago, when I was a young 39 3/4 years ago, when Buck, And my aunt was always talking that stuff to me. I heard her, but I wasn't really listening, but it crept into my mind. And subconsciously, it developed me to be a nurturer, a protector, a provider. It developed me. My own mother didn't take me to that level. It was my aunt who I very rarely saw. But when I did see her, that was her words of a compliment to me. I didn't care if she said hello, goodbye, shalom, or nothing, because I don't remember none of that. The only thing I ever remember my aunt saying was those words and how good of a provider and a husband I was going to be. And without me even trying, it has come into my life. So when you got your children, my wife said earlier on the thing that she was talking to our children, to my son, she wanted to read that commandment in the ears of my son in his youth every day so that when he grows up, he'll never forget. He'll learn that. And if she does that, when she does that, her being successful at that will automatically give him a head start in life that we didn't have, which will already be breaking a generational curse. It started with me and my children. And then if my children continue on, they take it to the next level, we will be supreme by the third generation. Supreme is what I said. Supreme. There's so much in this lesson today that I know so many have not heard. What I'm sharing, family, go out, like, share, subscribe, and get this to some people, because a lot of us are going to need this lesson today. I promise you, if you pay attention today during this class and you take notes, I promise you your life will change after today. When I wrote in some of the lessons, so when I shared this lesson in some of the groups, I said, you want to know how to get rich? Tune in. This lesson will teach you how to get rich. What did the name of the lesson say? If you know you can, you will. How many of us actually believe that we can be wealthy? How many actually believe it? Why y'all lying? Why you lying? Because if you believed that you would already be there. You would already be what you already believe within your mind. You know what your mind tells you? If you're not wealthy, your mind tells you you can never be wealthy. That's why you're not that. Did your mind tell you you could be a Hebrew Israelite? You're there, ain't you? Did your mind tell you you can worship the Creator? And you're there, ain't you? Doing the best you can. So if your mind told you years ago that you could be wealthy, you would be doing it already. You'll already be moving in that direction, stacking your dough, building your pockets up, growing assets, all types of things to already move in that direction. The reason why so many of us are starving, hungry, and in poverty is because when we had the opportunity, that's the opportunity right there at their age, those little children, that's the opportunity. When we had the opportunity, nobody designed our minds to look toward that to take place in our lives. We was all scraping and scuffling. Some of us didn't have a mother or father. Some of us didn't know we was coming or going. Some of us didn't have a house to live in. Some of us was on our own at a very young age. Some of us was punks in our heart. We were scared of the neighbor next door. A lot of things have taken place in our lives that have taken us off the path. And nobody set us down and gave us the time to say, if you know you can, you will. Think about this for a second. And I want y'all to stop me when I say something wrong, all right? Stop me when I say something wrong. When you're in the second grade, you got a pretty little girl in your class next to you, a little light skin, pretty hair, or light brown skin, pretty hair, pretty eyes. Everybody in her life tell her she's pretty all her life. She automatically knows that. When she grows up with a little conceit about herself. She's delicate, she's precious, she's sacred. She got that in her mind because everybody's so pretty. Everybody told her that when she was young. Nobody tell me that. How many people told you when you were little? I'm talking about growing up. Them jokers don't tell, huh? Oh, a lot of them told you that? Well, I ain't get a whole lot of that. You're so good looking and handsome. I mean, you get it from the old ladies because they fresh. But you don't really get it from the young children that's your age. You ain't getting that kind of attention. Most people. Some people do. Now, some people who do that, they grow up with a different desire and a different passion, and they even look different as they get older because their faces start structuring what they understand in their mind. Their mannerism become different from what they understand in their mind about themselves. Their behavior becomes different from what they understand in their minds about themselves. We ugly kids, we just play out in the dirt, play in the mud. But them little pretty children, they think they too cute. I was climbing trees when I was a little boy. The little light-skinned, curly-haired boy next to me wasn't climbing a tree. He was on the ground looking at us climbing trees. It's just a fact. Your child will grow up. You as a child will grow up. Children will grow up with the complex that we put on them when they're young if we but teach them while they're young. We can utilize that energy in a positive manner to develop greatness in them. We have to understand that. But the first thing that needs to be developed into greatness is us ourselves. So this class is focused on us, how to give it to them. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's right. We have to know how to do this. Oh, nobody can tell me I ain't the finest thing on the planet today. That was then. Now, my mind is strong. Ain't nobody looking good as me. Oh, peasy beard. No, I don't care. I'm great. I'm confident. I walk with a confidence. I walk with an attitude. I walk with a spirit because the Creator's blessed me and I understand it. My mind tells me where I can go. When the life I'm living right now, I created that life a long time ago through the Most High's permission. But I created that life when I first came into this way. I had a Unity Shabbat about 20-something years ago. 2007, I think it was. I think it was 2007. 17 years ago, I had a Unity Shabbat where I did a whole screen, a projection of some land that I wanted to buy and how I wanted to have the houses set up. The land was in Georgia. I came down Georgia, took a ride, and I showed, it was 2011. That's what it was. I showed all the land and all the houses that I wanted to build and how I wanted to do it. I showed it to the community. We had about 300-400 people came to the Unity Shabbat, to our temple in Philadelphia. And I showed them all what I wanted to do. And now I'm living that life because up here, I never let it go. Up here, I was determined to see that through. And the Most High has allowed it to be manifest in my life today because I never gave it up. You'll be surprised at the power of thought. Thought. Proper preparation brings about the desired results. You have to stay focused. Your marriage and your life, if it's failing, you know why it's failing? Because you made it fail in your mind. You always thinking negative. You're always doing negative. You never fed your marriage positive energy. Oh, I'm afraid he's going to leave me. He gonna leave. You know why? Because you're projecting that in your thoughts. You're making it strong. Oh, I'm afraid she gonna cheat on me. She gonna cheat. You know why? Because you're projecting that energy. We don't know how powerful kinetic energy really is. We have no idea, for the most part, how strong our minds are really. And the things that we do and think with the energy in our minds, it manifests itself over a period of time. So if you keep living life saying, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke, you're going to always be what? If you keep living life saying, I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner, you're going to always be. If you keep living life, I'm in this dead, beaten marriage. I don't want to be in here no more. This marriage is no good. And this is what you're focusing on. You'll always have what? A problem in your marriage, a bad marriage, a destructive marriage, a walking time bomb. No matter how bad your situation is, the power of thoughts can reverse all of it. It's about how you think. May the eternal power of all creation be with us forever. May he forever be pleased with our efforts and passions to serve him with all of our essence and with all the life within us. May he forever be pleased with our efforts and passions to serve him. If you got these efforts and passions in your mind, to be one with the Most High, you will achieve it. Y'all hear what I said? But if you half-heartedly playing with the Almighty and really ain't putting no energy into living that life that you know you're supposed to live, you're going to continue to do that same thing over and over again. You're going to be a Shabbat. How my sister, what's her name? Higdalia. How my sister Higdalia say it? A Shabbat Israelite. That's what you're going to be. A Shabbat Israelite, because you don't have that inside of you to really serve Creator. You just do enough, and you're comfortable just doing enough. But if you really want to be pleasing in the eyes of the Most High with that passion of yours, all into your essence, you must serve Him. If you know you can, you will. This is the title of today's lesson. This should be a constant thought in our minds regularly. There should never be a space in your mind for doubt, nor a space for negativity. The soul wasn't built for that. Your soul, your essence wasn't built for negativity. It wasn't built for doubt. It wasn't built for you to always constantly walk around saying, I can't, so I don't. You must, so you will. Y'all follow what I'm saying to you? The power of thought is extremely important, and we have to understand that. When you set your goal, you go higher, higher, and higher, and you shall be great. What does that include? When you set your goal, it requires work. Work in the area of life that you desire to be great in will produce great results. The thief, the man who was a thief, he was a thief because he lived like a thief. And that's what made him a great thief, because he gave every moment, every time of his day into being a thief. We got a brother here, one of the Nasakim here, Nasik Shema. Nasik Shema's journey and his passion is to become a great Hebrew vocalist, where he can speak Hebrew like it was his first language. That's what he wants to learn to do. And if you notice, for any of us who know him, all he does is gives his passion to learning that language. But he don't just incorporate it for himself. He tries to learn it and share it with others. But that's his passion. And I know he's going to be successful at what he desired to do. You know how I know? Because he don't just talk it like so many other people. He's actually living it out in his life. He's actually making sacrifices in his life where he deny himself of food and water while he's reading and studying and doing what he got to do. And then he'll get his food and water if he can afford it after he finished paying for his Hebrew class. Do y'all understand what I'm saying to you? That's a real passion. That's a real passion. You will put aside things like food and water so you can take that class that you need and then go home and get some food and water later. That's what will make you great. This is the type of energy we have to have in our service to the Creator, in the happiness of our marriages, in our desire to make wealth. We have to be willing to sacrifice the luxuries and the pleasure of everyday life to achieve greatness. We have to be. And if we're not willing to sacrifice these things, then we're going to be mediocre at best. Mediocre at best. But if we put aside our desires to do everything else and we strictly focus on the things that are most important to us, we will achieve those things. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 22, verse 12. Anybody got that? 1 Samuel chapter 22, verse 12. First Samuel chapter 22, verse 12. Yeah, King. Somebody read for me, please. Yes.
And Saul said, Hear now, thou son
Can you come up to the podium, please? Just so they can hear you. 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 12, 17. 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 12.
Now David was the son of that Ephrathite in Bethlehem, Judah, whose name was Jesse, and he had 8 sons, and the man went among men for an old man in the days of Saul.
So the man went among men. He was a man amongst men. And he was an old man in the days of Saul. Jesse, no, you're not finished. Jesse was an old man among men. Read on, please. Jesse is the King David's father. Read on, please.
And the 3 eldest sons of Jesse went and followed Saul to the battle. And the names of his 3 sons that went to the battle were Eliab, the firstborn, and next unto him Abinadab, and the third Shema. And David was the youngest, and the 3 eldest.
He was what?
The youngest.
David was the youngest of all of his brothers. Do you know the mindset that David had to have had being the youngest of all of his brothers? He had the mind that I can do anything that I desire to do. You know why? Because they spoiled him, they taught him, they trained him to have that passion. They showed him through their examples of life that you can achieve anything. As a young man, David said he fought bears and lions and tigers. As a young man, he did that with his slingshot, the shot like you got. Read on, please. Watch what I'm building here. Watch how I build your mind and fashion your mind to understand this scripture like you never understood it before. Read on, please.
And David was the youngest, and the 3 eldest followed Saul. But David went and returned from Saul to feed his father's sheep at Bethlehem.
The 3 older brothers, they went to follow Saul. David turned around to feed his father's sheep because he was a keeper of sheep. He went back to Bethlehem to feed his father's sheep. Watch this. Read on.
And the Philistine drew near morning and evening and presented himself 40 days. And Jesse said unto David his son, Take now for thy brethren an ephah of this parched corn and these 10 loaves, and run to the camp to thy brethren.
He said, take this food to your brothers because they out in the warfare. They out in the battle. Do anybody know what the battle was that they was at? Anybody know offhand? They was fighting who? The Philistines. Now, the Philistines at this time was a great old nation, had been around for many years, way before Israel. They were like the older generations of warriors. Our people were new on the scene. Saul was our first king. We didn't have a whole lot of history of warfare and all those things. Philistines did. They were warriors. They was raising their children from youth to be warriors. So this man that David's getting ready to go up against is a hell of a man. He's a giant. I think he's like 9 feet tall, almost 10 feet. And David is around about the age of 17. And he's getting ready to fight a man 9 feet tall who was trained from his youth to kill people. And David didn't have no fear in his heart. This is what I'm trying to tell us about right now with our everyday life. Most of us fear being rich. Most of us fear being wealthy. Most of us fear serving the Creator on the highest plateau that we're able to do it. Most of us fear having a good marriage. Most of us fear having obedient children. Most of us fear losing our job. All these fears are tearing us up, and your soul wasn't built for this. Your soul wasn't built to contain fear. Read on, please.
And carry these 10 cheeses unto the...
Can y'all hear her fine? Is she fine? Okay, read on. Just as loud as you can if it's not too much. If they can hear you, then fine. I just want them to be able to hear you well.
And carry these 10 cheeses unto the captain of their 1,000, and look how thy brethren fare, and take their pledge. Now Saul and they and all the men of Israel were in the valley of Elah fighting with the Philistines.
Now Saul and all the men was in the valley of Elah fighting with that Philistine nation, who's been the enemy of Israel for many years. Read on, please.
And David rose up early in the morning and left the sheep with the keeper and took and went as Jess had commanded him.
Now, watch this part. David rose up early in the morning. When I read this part, I had to share it with y'all because this is extremely important. David loved his sheep so much that he fought off a lion. He fought off a bear. It is not that he loved his sheep, which really caused David to do that. Why David did that is because he understood his responsibility. Something other than himself is relying on him for their protection, for their safety, for their security. David don't walk around telling the sheep, I love you, little sheep. I love you, little goat, and I'm gonna prove it. Watch. David don't do that. But you know how he protects them and cares for them, that he gotta love them. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all understand where I'm going with this. David loved his sheep and his goats and his lambs so much that when the lion came and tried to attack, he killed the lion. He killed the bear because he wasn't having it. Well, watch what this scripture just read. He left his sheep, the care of his goat, his sheep, and his lamb in the care of someone else. Sometimes the things you love the most, you got to let them go for a period of time. You got to let them go. But you have to let them go into the hands of someone that's worthy of protecting them. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Like for example, here on the land, we got a community here on the land where we live. And my brother is in love with his wife. He loves, oh man, I love my wife, I love my kids. I go out and work hard just to provide for them. Sometimes he got to leave the land. But when he does, he got to leave his children in the care of someone that he knows that's going to be willing to put their life on the line to protect his. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? That's how important it was to David that he gave up his custody, his care to somebody. That somebody had to be a hell of a person in order for David to give the care of those animals into their hands. People read right past this every day and don't think on that level. This is some deep stuff. And all of this stuff applies to the secrets of life I'm trying to share with y'all. If you know you can, you will. David, why was it so important that David found somebody that he could trust to take care of the animals and take care of the goats and the sheep and, somebody else that would risk their lives to protect them? The reason why it was so important, and please listen to me. She said she needed a little bit more volume from you if she can. The reason why it was so important that he found somebody like that is so that he didn't have to worry about the care and his responsibility of providing for those animals. So he had to find somebody who was going to do a great job providing for them while he was away. Because if he was worried, I want y'all to pay close attention to this, because this is part of the problem with us in life. If we got things on our mind that's boggling our mind down in the back of our minds, the front of our minds can't operate properly to bring us the best results, because we are too boggled down with worryation, with aggravation, with stress, worrying about something over there that we ain't got no control over. You can't control that, so don't even focus on it. Put it in the hands of somebody that can handle it. And if you can't put it in the hands of somebody that can handle it, and you got to let it go, completely let it go. So you can focus on the matter at hand. So you can handle that. Too often in our lives, we're focused on the wrong things. And when we're focused on the wrong things, it draws our potential away from other things that are greater, more necessary, more urgent, more life-threatening things. Did y'all hear that? I need y'all to understand what it is that I'm saying. Israel is in the condition it is today because we're not focused. We're not focused. And we're not focused because our minds are stressed out with so many other things that are really irrelevant in our lives. Read on, please.
I start over in verse 20. And David rose up early in the morning and left the sheep with the keeper and took and went and just had commanded him. And he came to the trench as the host was going forth to the fight and shouted for the battle. For Israel and the Philistines had put the battle in array, army against army.
Now, Israel and the Philistines. Israel was on one hill, the Philistines was on the other hill, and it was a gully, a valley in the middle. And they was all set up, lined around the armies, and they getting ready to fight. And that's what she's talking about right now. Read on, please.
And David left his carriage in the hand of the keeper of the carriage and ran into the army and came and saluted his brethren.
He left his carriage in the hands of the keeper of the carriages. He left something else behind, didn't he? So he can go and focus on what? His mission. A lot of times when the Creator gives you a mission in life, you have to leave all the unnecessary things that don't pertain to your mission alone. And for us males, a lot of times those things that don't pertain to our mission is a piece of twat. And we too focus on twat and we lose focus of our mission. Y'all understand where I'm coming from? You got a mission. The Creator placed you on a mission, but you so worried about how you can finesse this one and that one that you lose focus of the mission. And now the Creator gives you over to your desires. Therefore, you are consumed with chasing after twat. And that's why a lot of us can't get it together, because we got twat on the brain. Twat needs to get out of our system completely, leave it alone, and get back to the mission and stay focused on the mission. There is so much to learn from this lesson right here. So much to learn. Read on, please.
And as he talked with them, behold, there came up the champion, the Philistine of Gath, Goliath by name, out of the armies of the Philistines, and spake according to the same words, and David heard them.
Did you see how they describe Goliath? The champion of the Philistines. He was the champion. He was the best. He was the greatest they had to offer. Y'all understand that? David is a boy. He ain't even a soldier. Why, boy, y'all don't understand the magnitude of this lesson yet. Y'all gonna get it though, because you got all these things in your life that seems to be boggling you down. You don't know how to come up from underneath of it. All these issues, everything is wrong. You can't seem to get it right, but you can. You just got to readjust your attitude. Prince going to show you today how to conquer these fears. Read on, please.
And all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him and were sore afraid.
All the men of Israel, grown men who was trained how to fight, when they saw Goliath, they ran. They ran. Even David's brothers were scared. Saul was even scared. All of them were afraid of Goliath because he was so big. Read on.
And the men of Israel said, Have you seen this man that is come up? Surely to defy Israel is he come up, and it shall be that the man who killeth him, the king will enrich him with great riches, and will give him his daughter, and make his father's house free in Israel.
The man who killeth him will receive great riches. His father's house will be great, and the king will give his daughter to him. Is that what it said? So David was to inherit all those things. But Saul was lying. Whoever said that was lying, because David didn't get none of that stuff. Read on, please.
And David spake unto the man that stood by him, saying, What shall be done to the man that killeth this Philistine, and taketh away the reproach from Israel? For who is this uncircumcised Philistine?
What do you call him?
Uncircumcised.
That's like calling somebody a mother. Who is this mother? Who is this uncircumcised Philistine? He's a curse. That's what he is. He's uncircumcised. That means he's not under the covenant of the Almighty. That means he can perish. Read on, please.
For who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living El?
That he should defy the armies of the Most High. Who is he that he should defy the armies of the Almighty? Read on, please.
And the people answered him after this manner, saying, So shall it be done to the man that killeth him. And Eliab, his eldest brother, heard when he spake unto the men. And Eliab's anger was kindled against David, and he said, Why camest thou down hither?
Now, a little bit of intimidation is taking place. Now David's brother is a little bit upset because David got more heart than him. Let me tell you something, family. When you set your mind focused, when your mind get focused and you see your mission and your purpose and you're staying on focus on your purpose, everybody else who's not on focus and on purpose will begin to dislike you if they're unrighteous. They will begin to dislike you. They will even make accusations, false accusations against you to try to get others to dislike you just because you're on your purpose and you remained on your purpose and you stayed focused, and they themselves could not do what you're doing, no matter how hard they try. And the reason is because it ain't their calling to do, it's yours. And if you stay focused, others will grow an emotion against you, just like David's brother. David never lost focus. He said, who? That joker talked about him, pointed his finger in his face, walked up, did like this, sent them black eyes across the land, across the field. He did like that to Goliath. And his brothers were like, why are you taunting him? Why are you taunting him? Stop before he come over here. His brothers was cowards. David had the spirit of the Most High. He was a lion in his inward parts. He was ready. They were afraid. They were chumps, born from the same man, raised in the same household, had the same teachings. But remember, David had that anointing on him. The Creator came in and put that anointing on him and told him he's going to be king. The words of confidence just being put in that man's mind in his youth. I'm going to be king one day. A prophet of the Almighty told him. So you know, when he heard that, it did something to his ego. It did something to his arrogance level. It filled him with the spirit. And this is what I'm saying is so important. In the youth of your children, whisper words of providence in their minds. When David was young, the youngest of all of his father's sons, the prophet came to him and said, the Most High has chosen you to be king. How you think his brothers felt about that? And they were all older. They didn't like that. Oh, you mean I got to serve you? You're younger than me. They didn't like that. So I'm telling you, when you stay focused on your mission and your purpose, why the Creator got you here, there will be a lot of people, so-called Israelite people, who's supposed to be on your team, who will be supposed to be your brother or your sister, who will turn their backs on you the first opportunity they get. But when that happens, all I'm saying to you is, do not lose your focus. Stay focused and stay on task. Don't let no woman take you off task. Don't let no man take you off task. Don't even let yourself take you off task with your desires and your own passions that has nothing to do with your mission. If you're on a mission, like we're on a mission right now, to get a $2 million within 6 months, we're on that mission. Nothing is allowed to take us off path. And we're going to stay focused. We're going to do everything we can. We're going to manipulate as much as we can our future to make that happen. Y'all follow me? Now, we probably won't have $2 million in cash, but we done spent about $2-3 million coming up because we got it, but we spent it and we did what we had to do. But we plan on getting that $2 million, believe me. 6 months, that's our task. That's what we're looking for. You got to stay on focus no matter what. Read on, please.
And with whom hast thou left those few sheep in the wilderness?
His brother said, oh, you ain't supposed to be here. Why are you over here? Because David had the heart and the confidence to stand up like a man, but he wasn't nothing but a boy. Ain't you got a job? Who you leave them sheep with? Who you leave that cattle with, the cart? You're supposed to be over there doing that. You ain't supposed to be here in the warfare. You're not a soldier. Read on, please.
I know thy pride and the naughtiness of thine heart, for thou art come down that thou mightest see the battle.
Oh, you're just being newsy. They didn't know that David was on a mission. They didn't know he was on a mission from the Creator to show the Most High's glory to his people. That all of you chumps, all you cowards out here, I'm going to defeat this enemy with a boy. Sometimes in life, Just because these people been walking this walk for 30 and 40 years, it don't mean a thing. Because they let the Most High down. They didn't fear him. They didn't fear him. They let him down. And because they let him down, the Most High had to raise up somebody else. Somebody new on the scene. Only been around for a brief period of time in comparison to everybody else. You see what I'm saying? And they're going to envy you because of that. Because you're staying focused. Because you're staying on mission. You ain't losing focus. You ain't letting no women. And let me tell you something. When you start rising, they're going to start sending women to try to tear you down. Women going to come on your Facebook page, your Instagram page. They're going to come all over. And we're going some good looking, big breasted and tiny rear end built women. They're going to be real attractive. And you're going to get all, man. But you can't lose focus. That was their plan, to try to destroy you. You're going to start looking at your wife like, she ain't got all that. And you're going to look at them girls and be like, oh, yeah, all right. And you're going to go out there and you're going to fall. And you probably die out there. Because when the Creator give you a task and you don't do it, he might give you 1 or 2 opportunities to get yourself together. And if you still don't do it, you're going to die. And I know because I've seen it happen to people, several people. They couldn't stay on task. Too busy chasing after a girl, a piece of stuff. And that's not good. If the Creator has an anointing on your life, a special blessing on your life with a purpose, stay on your task. Believe me, ain't that much twat in the world to disappoint the Creator for a piece of flesh. I've always said, why give up eternity for a piece of flesh? Why would you do that? See, I know who I serve. And I've always known, I've always walked in this way. And a lot of people who felt Prince is getting too big, Prince is doing too much, they got together and said, hey, I know how we can bring Prince down. Prince said he's the Messiah. We got a way to get him. And they brought up all this garbage and they said, hey, throw that at him. And everybody else who had some envy in their heart, they grabbed it. They took hold of it like pit bulls and shook it up. But guess what? When it was all over, all them fleas got off my leg. All them fleas got off my leg, and I'm still standing. And I'm still moving forward. I'm still doing what I got to do to serve this King. With no shame, no embarrassment, no nothing. I'm going to move forward because he knows the truth. He knows what it's all about. And as long as the Most High know what you're moving with, then you cool. If you really foreign it and you're not really on point like that, when your test come, you're getting chopped up. I don't care what it is, but you stay on task. You stay focused because the envious people will see what you're doing and they will get in the way and try to bring you down by any means necessary. But you got to be vigilant. You got to be strong. You got to be determined. Hey, that ain't going to work over here. Yeah, that ain't going to work. You can say what you want. That ain't going to work. You know why? Because my assignment was given by the Creator, not man. Y'all got to understand that. There's a difference when you give yourself an assignment than when the Most High ordains you with an assignment. There's a difference. And all those who step in your way better beware because lightning will fall from the sky and chop the top off and you ain't had nothing to do with it. But go ahead. Let's read on. Dawid in the house. Read on, please.
And Dawid said, what have I now done? Is there not a cause? And he turned from him toward another and spake after the same manner, and the people answered him again after the former manner. And when the words were heard which Dawid spake, they rehearsed them before Saul, and he sent for him.
So Saul heard what Dawid said. He gonna send for Dawid. Come here, little boy. You ain't nothing but a kid. Watch this. Read on, please.
And Dawid said to Saul, let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine. And Saul said to Dawid, thou art not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him, for thou art but a youth, and he a man of war from his youth.
You ain't nothing but a youth, and he is a man of war from his youth. That means he was trained how to kill since he was a little boy. But Dawid says, what that mean? I got the Creator on my team. He don't. Y'all hear what I'm saying? All those people who come up against you, although they think, but they don't. Because if they really did, they would have sided up with you as opposed to going against you. Believe me, if they knew, if they walked in the spirit, they would recognize the spirit that resides inside of Dawid. They would have recognized that spirit, but they didn't. They forgot because time had elapsed and it meant nothing to them anymore. So the only thing they focused on was Dawid's age and not Dawid's capability. Saul never even knew Dawid's capability. But watch, he's going to learn today, Saul with his little coward heart. Read on, please.
And David said unto Saul, Thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went after him, and smote him, and delivered it out of his mouth.
What did he say that was? A lion and a what? And a bear? Or did he say the bear yet?
The lion and bear.
He said both? Yeah. Read on, please.
And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard, and smote him, and slew him. Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them.
Stop for a second. I hear that and I read that, right? But what I feel inside my soul is something different. This young kid, he ain't but about 17 at this time. So he was even younger when he killed a lion and a bear in his youth. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying. He killed a lion and a bear in his youth. You have to achieve things in life. This is how you know when you're in the right path that a lot of people don't do in their old age. You achieved that in your youth. A lot of people haven't killed a lion and a bear and they're old. Dawid did those things as a child. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Look at this person's track record. What did he do in his youth that lets you know that he's on a mission by the Creator? He killed a lion and he killed a bear. Deep. You know where all this came from? The ability to kill that lion and that bear? You know where it all came from? The positive energy that his family gave him in his youth. They built that boy up strong mentally, spiritually, emotionally. They built him strong. They gave him responsibilities and duties and chores, and he did them. They spoke words of great affirmation in his ears. They told him how strong he is. They told him not to have no fear of anything. So when his test came, he conquered it. When your test comes, what are you going to do? Read on, please.
Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, seeing he hath defied the armies of the living.
What did he say? He said, thy servant has slew the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised mother gonna be just like one of them. He gonna be just like one of them. Ain't that what he said? I ain't make that up, did I? Those was his words. Read on, please.
David said, moreover, the Most High that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, he will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine.
Stop. David never lost trust that the Most High is able. Ho, 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 ho. If they was taking bets on that day, who would win that fight? I promise you, David would have lost 1,000,000 to 1. And that one vote would have been his vote. Nobody could have ever imagined that David would have been victorious on this day. But David had all the confidence in the Most High that he would achieve. He stayed focused. His mind, in his mind, he understood that the Most High was with him and the Most High wouldn't let him down. You know why he do that? Because the Most High told him he was going to be king. I mean, I don't know if y'all catching me. I don't know if y'all see this. What you believe in your mind about yourself, as long as you hold on to it and stay the course, you will become it. And the same thing works in the reverse. Whatever you believe in your mind, oh, I'm a great wife. My husband's going to love the poop out of me. You know you're gonna say another word, but I'm gonna use poop because I don't even do that other stuff. But my husband gonna love the poop out of me. You constantly say this to yourself. You constantly give yourself these type of confidential spirits and energies, and you will see that you are right. But if you constantly saying, "Oh no, he gonna divorce me. He ain't gonna like me. I'm too fat. I'm too ugly. I don't want to do nothing. Oh, I don't. Then he ain't, and he won't. You have to be positive because your soul was not built for negativity. You have to be positive energy, positive vibes, positive thoughts, and stay focused always. Whatever you desire to do in life, stay focused. Read on, please.
And Saul said unto David, Go, and the Most High be with thee. And Saul armed David.
Go ahead.
And Saul armed David with his armor, and he put a helmet of brass upon his head.
Stop. Saul gave David what he thought David needed. In your mission in life, while you're focused, people will tell you things that they think you need to hear. So they might be trying to be helpful, but you got to be able to see through what they're doing for you to know if that's going to work best for you in your situation. Just because somebody says something to you don't mean that they're speaking it right or that's the right thing to do. You have to learn to trust the energy that the Most High brings to you to accept what they say or to reject what they say. Saul tried to dress David up in the manner that he thought David should be dressed so he can go out and fight the war. But you know what he did? Saul tried to put on his uniform on a boy. Saul was a grown man. Plus, Saul was tall. So he took armor that was built for warfare to try to protect David, but David already had all the protection he needed. He already had all the protection he needed, the Almighty. So when you're going through your journey and those people try, oh, no, you got to do this and you got to do that, just remember the Most High is with you. The Most High will give you discernment in which direction you need to go and what armor you need to put on. And the armor that all of us need is that spiritual armor to learn how to resist evil and temptation. Read on, please.
Also he armed him with a coat of mail. And David girded his sword upon his armor as he essayed to go, for he had not proved it. And David said unto Saul, I cannot go with these, for I have not proved them. And David put them off him.
So David said, I can't go with this. That's you making that decision when those people try to come in your life and tell you what to do. Even your wife will try to tell you things sometimes that's wrong. And you got to go with what the Most High tells you. You hear what she say. You measure and weigh what she says. But ultimately, what the Most High shows you and tell you is what you do. You follow me? So David said, I can't take this armor. It's no good for me. Read on, please. So he threw it off.
And he took his staff in his hand.
What did he take? A stick. Who in the world think that you're going to take a stiff, a slingshot, and fight a giant who got a sword and a shield and a helmet? Read on, please.
And chose him 5 smooth stones.
How many smooth stones? He took a little extra. He didn't even need all of them. He took extra. But you know what? He was properly prepared. You know what I'm saying? He was properly prepared. So when you go into your journey, when you go on to your mission, always be properly prepared. Remember we learned that lesson? Always be properly. He took more than what he needed. He was ready. And if somebody else would have came out, they could have got it too because he had 4 left. Read on, please.
And put them in a shepherd's bag, which he had, even in a scrip. And his sling was in his hand, and he drew near to the Philistine.
He had him in his hand. He put him in a little script, and he drew near to the Philistine. The Philistine couldn't believe his eyes. He said, what am I, a dog that y'all send out a little boy to try to defeat me? What is this? Y'all making fun of me now. I'm going to devour this little thing. Watch this. Read on, please. You can put it right there if you want.
And the Philistine came on and drew near unto David, and the man that bare the shield went before him.
So the Philistine had an armor bearer. Read on.
And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth and ruddy and of a fair countenance.
He was but a youth and of fair countenance. That means that we look a lot like me. You look good. They call us fair countenance. Look at Prince. You'll see David. Look at Prince. That's how David looked. He said the Philistine looked at David's fair countenance, and he was a boy. Read on, please.
And the Philistine said unto David, Am I a dog that thou comest to me with staffs?
Am I a dog that you come to me with staffs?
And the Philistine cursed David by his God.
Oh, did you ever see that part before? I don't think you ever seen that part before. The Philistine cursed David by his gods. The name of those deities that he served, he tried to put a cursing on David's life. Do y'all understand what's taking place? He enraged the Creator at that point. He enraged the Almighty at that point, and all those people who try to come up against you when you were staying steadfast on your mission and on your purpose, and whatever your desire is that you place in your life that you want to take place for you in your life. Girl, I know you love your husband, but look, that nigga ain't no good. He ain't hardly ever with you. He don't spend no time with you. He don't even call you too much. That's them bringing curses upon your life. You got a mission. I'm going to keep my man. Or if you ain't got a man, you trying to get a man. Girl, I don't know why you holding yourself in your virginity for all this time, because ain't nobody going to come like the one you looking for. The one you want ain't going to happen. You might as well come to me with the club and give it up a little bit, smoke some weed, drink some liquor, and give up a little bit. Come on, girl, get a little tipsy. You can do it. That's your girlfriend, your supposedly girlfriend that you got in your life that's trying to take you off your path, trying to get you to be more like them. When that happens, you got to leave those type of people alone, because they sent by the Creator too to test you. That's called the devil. That's what the devil does. The devil tests you to see if you're worthy. The devil is a servant of the Almighty. The Most High made the devil to do what the devil do. He made him to do that, to tempt you, to take you off your path. And he does his job well. Well, do you need to switch? If you need to switch, it's cool. Just show where you are. Read on, please.
And the Philistine said to Melech, Come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air, and to the beasts of the field. Then said Melech to the Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Creator of hosts.
In the name of what?
The name of the Creator of hosts.
And everything that you do has to be about giving the Creator glory. Everything. Everything that you do, it can't be for yourself and for yourself to get rich, for yourself to grow strong, for yourself to look good. You know, everything that you do in this life when you're on your life's mission has to be about the Creator. So the wealth that you get, like my bang said earlier, you got to be willing to share it. Because if you think it's only for you, you're going to lose yourself in that wealth and in the consumption of wealth, therefore causing you to miss out on the blessings of the Creator. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, to build, to be, allow all them things to be to the glory of the Creator. Please understand that and never forget that. Read on, please.
But I come to thee in the name of the Creator of hosts.
I don't come to get my own fame. I come to give fame to the Almighty. Read on.
The power of the armies of Israel,
The power of the armies of Israel,
whom thou hast defied.
whom thou hast defiled. Read on.
This day will the Creator deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee.
What did he say? He says, this day the Creator will deliver thee into my hands, and I will smite thee. I will kill thee. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to cut off your head, and I'm going to feed your neck, feed your head to the birds, your body to the birds. Read on.
And take thine head from thee,
And take thy head from thee.
and I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day.
Do you hear the confidence in Dawid when he speaks? Is it just me?
No.
Do you hear the confidence in this little kid talking to a grown man old enough to be his father?
Yes.
How he's talking to him. You understand?
Yeah.
You have to be set on your purpose and your mission. It have to be vividly clear to you what you're doing in your life. It has to be astronomically clear, focused, and don't let nobody or nothing take you off your path. Read on, please.
And I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth.
I will give the carcasses unto the fowls of the air and the wild beasts of the earth. How did he predict that? Because we all know how the story ends. How did Dawid predict what he would do? He spoke it. He believed it. He executed it. Same thing we have to do in life with anything that we desire in our lives. If you can, you will. If you can imagine it, if you can think it, if you can envision it, and you move out in it, you will make it happen. That's what this is all about. There is nothing too big, too small, too great, too large. There is nothing that you cannot do if you keep your mind focused on your path. Don't let nothing get in your way. Don't let nobody get in your way. You stay focused. Dawid stayed focused. He predicted what he was going to do. He said, this is what I'm going to do. And guess what? By golly, that's exactly what he did. That was exactly what he did. Did he do it? He did it. Read on, please.
Okay. He said that all the earth may know that there is a power in Israel.
And he gave the glory to the Most High King. That's what I'm talking about. He gave the glory to the. He ain't say so all the earth and know I'm strong, I'm great. But that's what people do. We get a little bit of something and we think it's all about us. Oh, I did this. Look what I did. This me. This all me. Yeah, this is mine. Look, that's money. I got all this money. I got 9 cars, Lamborghinis, and a yacht. Look at my house. My house is a mansion on a hill. I got 12 rooms. It ain't but me and my daughter. I got 12 rooms. Look what I did. They forgot that this goes to the Most High.
Absolutely.
Very few people make it out of life on that level successfully with that mindset. Read on, please.
Verse 47. And all this assembly shall I know that the Creator saveth not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Most High's, and he will give you into our hands.
The battle is whose?
The Creator's.
The Creator's. And he will give it into our hands. Read on.
Verse 48. And it came to pass, when the Philistine arose and came and drew nigh to meet Melech Dawid, that Melech Dawid had hasted and ran toward the army to meet the Philistine.
Now, this is the mission of Dawid's life. It's coming into fruition now. It's happening now. He prepared for it. He talked about it. He envisioned it. Now he's moving out on it. Same thing with you. Whatever your mission is in your life, you want to be a great wife, you want to be a great husband, you want to be a great father, you want to be a great leader, you want to be a great moray, you want to have great wealth, you want to be a great servant of the Almighty, you want to be a great mother, you want to be a great father. But no matter what your mission is in life, it's going to come at you. You have to first speak it, you have to believe it, then you have to act upon it. Dawid spoke it, he believed it, and now it's time for him to act upon it. It's racing toward him. It's coming at him. Your job is going to come at you. Read on, please.
49. And Melech Dawid put his hand in his bag and took thence a stone.
So while he was running, he reached his hand in his bag, still running on his mission, seeing his vision, not losing focus. He ain't take his eyes off the prize either. He didn't have to look back to see where his bag is at. He knew where it was at. He felt it. He took that rock out that bag, put it in his sling while he was in motion, slung it and cut it loose. Same thing you got to do, family. Stay focused. Read on, please.
And Melech Dawid put his hand in his bag and took this a stone and slang it and smote the Philistine in his forehead, that the stone sunk into his forehead and he fell upon his face to the earth.
One attempt. You can sit down. Thank you. One attempt. He took the stone in his sling while running and cut it loose, and the stone sunk in the forehead of the Philistine. Nobody could believe what took place. Just like your life, when you achieve one goal at a time, people will not be able to understand or believe what you have accomplished, what you have achieved. Some of them will get angry, upset, start fights and rumors, spread bad reports. They got to do something to try to tear you down. And a lot of that reason is because they themselves have dropped the ball, wasn't able to do what you did. It's always been a desire or a passion of theirs, but they wasn't able to achieve it. But you make it look so easy. You make it look so simple. Read on, please. Oh, we're done reading. Prince got to read now. So when Dawid slew Goliath, he was but about 17 years old, a young man taking on a humongous giant of a man. And there came out from the camp of the Philistine a champion named Goliath of Gath, whose height was about 6 cubits and a span. That made him about 9 feet, 9.75 feet, 9 feet 75 inches, or 9 feet 9 inches. There was no way ever doubted that he would destroy Goliath. Nobody believed it, but Dawid never doubted in his mind that he would take Goliath out. Not for 1 minute did doubt set in his mind. Same thing with you, family. You can never doubt that you will be successful at what you have desired to do in your life. There will never be any doubt in your spirit that you are not able to achieve. You are not sent here for that purpose, that you cannot be victorious at whatever you desire to do with your life in positivity. There was no way Dawid ever doubted that he would not destroy Goliath. He states, "For who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living Elohim? You come to me with a sword and a spear and a javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Most High of hosts, the Elohim of the armies of Israel, whom you defile. This day the Most High will deliver you into my hand, and I will strike you down, and I will cut off your head." He meant what he said, and he lived it out. Great words for such a young man, being in his youth and very outskilled in the art of physical warfare, but mentally and spiritually, he was unmatched. He never doubted his ability to destroy that giant of a man or giant of a problem. The confidence that thou we is the magnitude of knowledge, is your magnitude of knowledge when meeting any obstacle or any desire in the right thing in your life. Always know that you will receive it, but in unrighteousness, and it is yours. You always know that you will receive it, but in righteousness, and it will be yours. Always in righteousness, and it will be yours. You may not know when, but know that it will happen. Don't never let nobody speak words of discouragement into your spirit, into your mind. Don't let nobody take you off your path or your mission. And don't never cause doubt to come into your mind, believing that you can't have it. I would suggest that whatever it is that you desire, write yourself little sticky notes and put it in places that you frequently visit. In your books, in your car, your dashboard, your sun visor, in your wallet, in your pocketbook. Write yourself a little note, whatever your desire is, and know that you're going to achieve it. Feel it in your mind and start living your life as if you already have it. Start living your life as if it already belongs to you. If you want to get a great body, you want these abs, you know, them abs like that right there. You want them abs. You got to already know that you got it. But every day you got to work harder on toward obtaining what you already know you got. Therefore, all you're doing is keeping it. You're keeping it. You're manicuring it. You're taking care of it. You're providing for it. But you have to already know that it exists within you. There's a thing known to a man such as etheric energy. Now we're going to get a little bit deeper than the obvious, okay? You got to pay attention. There is a thing known to a man as etheric energy. It cannot be seen, cannot be smelled nor touched, but can definitely be felt. Sort of like radio waves that travel through the air, carrying the vibration of sound frequency from one place to the next. Just as we are able to focus sound waves through things like walkie-talkies, radios, and television, etheric energy can be harnessed and utilized by all who have the knowledge of how to tap into it. What I'm teaching you today is how to tap into etheric energy. How to tap into it. What is etheric energy? Etheric energy is electronic or electric energy. It's electronic or electric energy of a vast spiritual plane. It's on a higher level. The people in the books write it on this level. It's of or relating to the heavens or the spiritual world or plane of existence. Souls exist in the vast domain diversely referred to by mystics as theologians as the etheric realm, etheric heaven, or the etheric afterlife. And you can look that up in that little site that's there for you. In neo-theosophy, the etheric body, or ether body, or ether body is a subtle body produced in esoteric philosophies as the first or lower layer in the human energy field, or sometimes what may be known as the aura. You know, everybody projects an aura around them. It's an energy that illuminates around the physical body. Your aura has to be fed. And if you don't feed your aura will die. When you feed your aura, you're feeding your aura kinetic energy because your aura itself is kinetic. It's an energy. Y'all got to understand this. You have to feed your aura positivity. You ever notice when dogs, when you're dealing with a dog, you come across a dog, the dog is usually aggressive to you. I ain't talking about a dog locked up in a cage. I'm talking about a dog right in front of you. He's willing to attack you if he senses fear in you. This is that etheric energy. You know what I'm saying? Your own pet. He could be your dog you raised for many years. and he makes an aggressive move towards you and you become startled, he can feel that energy and he will back that up and go even further with it. I've had a dog many years ago. His name was Roots, pit bull. He was a puppy, and I was walking him one day, and we was walking down this dark alley, and all these dogs were behind the gate barking at my dog. And my dog grabbed one of the dogs through the gate. He locked on the dog through the gate. And the other dogs came up underneath of the gate. One of the dogs came up underneath of the gate and came toward me. And when he came toward me, I got my karate stand. Prince was ready to jack him up. Pit bull. I wasn't playing. I wasn't going to give him no chance, so I had to turn sideways because he come that way, he'd get only one little piece and not get me in no vital parts, right? So I'm standing there waiting for him. He came up to me and started licking, because he felt my energy. Had I ran, he would have felt a different energy, a different vibration would have been upon me. But I wasn't afraid. I don't even think, I just respond because it was a life-threatening situation right there. So my dog was locked on the dog in the gate. And my dog had that dog on the gate. The other dogs in the gate attacked that dog in the gate because that dog's energy was negative because he was losing. He couldn't get loose and he was getting bit up, chewed up. So the other dogs in the yard jumped that dog because he was losing the fight. That's a natural response. Etheric energy is strong. It's an attractive thing. It's attracted to things. People can sense it. Animals in nature can sense it a lot more than people because people have dulled it out. That part of our brain hasn't been exercised enough for us to be able to relate. Sometimes you can feel it. You ever been in the midst of something, you felt like something just ain't right here. Something just ain't right. And then a few minutes later, bang, there it is. You dull it out when you deny it. But if you give into it, that energy will start building up on you more and more and more. I had this story I wanted to tell you about this guy, but I can't remember the story in totality to tell you, but it was a very good story for this situation. But that energy, etheric energy, kinetic energy, it's very important that you be in tune with that because that energy is what you use to project any future that you want in your life. You project that energy, you tap into that realm, and it will serve you. If y'all understand what I'm saying, it will serve you. And if you listen to my lesson today, you will learn how to tap into that energy. The etheric body is said to be in immediate contact with the physical body and to sustain it and connect it with the higher bodies. What is believed in theosophy? This is what theosophy is. You remember what theosophy was? Neo-theosophy? Okay, this is what theosophy is. Now, this is an emblem of people who practice what they call magic. Y'all understand me? This is a symbol of what people who practice magic, what they call magic, this is a symbol of what they believe. And on this symbol, do you see how they got the Magen David in the circle? Very powerful thing, and I keep telling y'all that. But look what they got around that. It says, there is no religion higher than truth. There is no religion higher than truth. Always remember that. There is no religion higher than truth. See, they got the symbol of most of these religions. They got the Ankh, they got the Magen David, they got the pyramid, they got the swastika, and then over top of that is what is that language? It's not Arabic. It's a form of a dialect of Arabic, but I can't remember the exact name of it. Circle is around it. That's what I told you. It's a serpent, yeah. Serpent is medicine, healing, and all that types. See, this sin was a lot deeper than what you think it is. I don't see nothing evil about that. Theosophy teaches that the purpose of human life is spiritual emancipation and says that human souls undergo reincarnation upon bodily death according to a process of karma. And you can look that up. The process of karma is whatever you put out in the universe is what comes back to you in this life. You can make karma work in your favor by putting out positive energy about what you want to take place in your future. See, that's the reverse of negative karma. If you do something bad to somebody, something bad gonna come to you. Well, reverse that. Put out positive energy. When you get your goal and you decide what you want to do in your life, put it out in a positive manner. Walk toward it. Act like you own it already, as if it's already yours. And guess what will happen? It will become yours in a very short period of time. And you'll be like, wow, man, I'm actually doing it. I was just fronting before. You front till you make it. You ever heard that? Yeah, well, keep on fronting then. Put it out there. Walk like you earned it already, like you already got it, and it will become yours. Many of us are unhappy in life because we don't utilize all the components to become happy and stay there. It's one thing to be temporarily happy, but it doesn't last for too long. It's another thing to have eternal happiness and stay happy. It's a totally different thing. And that's what we have to learn to do. A lot of people self-sabotage their own destiny, their own future, by their actions, their thoughts, and their deeds. Not enough people stay strongly focused on achieving what it is that we desire for ourselves. Many are still living in the world that their great-great-grandparents established centuries ago. What do I mean by that? A world of struggle, a world of disappointment, and a world of poverty. Your generations before you are still living underneath of those generational curses because you're still doing the exact same thing in almost the exact same way like your ancestors did hundreds of years ago. You're still fearing people. You're still fearing things. You're still fearing wealth. You're still fearing success. You're still not serving the Creator to the best of your ability. Your marriages are all falling apart. You're poor, you're poverty. You're living in poverty. You're unhappy. You're unhappy with your wife. You're unhappy with your job. You're unhappy with your spiritual leader. It's just so much misery in your life. And your ancestors is just like that. They passed it on. Your behaviors, your traits, and your actions are all causing you to have the results that you're having right now. Remember what I told you about positive karma? Put positivity out there and you'll get nothing but positivity back. Set your goal and go higher, higher, and higher, for you shall be great. You have to determine the future that you want for yourself. You're not going to have a positive future if you keep criticizing what your future is supposed to be and what it's supposed to bring you. Iman, what your future is supposed to bring for you. All right then. You got to focus on it. You got to have it. You got to obtain it. And you can't let nothing take you off that path. A world of struggle, never catching a break, constantly struggling to survive, constantly struggling to find love, peace, and security. And a lot of us today, we have that struggle in our lives right now. I met a young lady not too long ago. She was telling me how she was single. She couldn't find a husband. She goes out in the world telling people she's married. She lives her life like she's married because she's waiting for her husband to find her. Beautiful woman. Very wise woman. Go out in the world like you married. She's owning a great marriage and she ain't even married. She's telling people she's married to ward off the fools and the jitterbugs and the boogaloos. She don't want to waste her time with nobody that ain't walking in the ways of the Almighty. Now, a lot of people that ain't married, the first thing they talk about is, oh, I got to find me a husband. I'm so lonely. I'm bored. I ain't got no mate. What am I going to do? Worries me. Speaking all that negativity. And the soul ain't built for negativity. So if you really want to be married, conduct yourself like you already are. Focus on your husband, who he is, and command him to come to you. But make sure he's the one for you. He's the right one for you. Put that energy out there. See it. Own it. Make it belong to you. And do what you got to do to make it happen. Positivity. Be the best version of yourself. Prepare yourself as if you're already married. Live your life as if you're already married. Now, I'm saying this to all my single sisters. If you don't believe what I'm saying, challenge me on it. Challenge me on it. And see, don't it work? You have to change the trajectory of how you see life. And I'm going to tell you how to do all that. Just walk with me, y'all. Follow me, because I ain't playing. Watch this. You say, oh, at this point, all you want is the Most High. But sis, that ain't true. That ain't true. Nobody wants to be alone. Nobody that I know wants to be alone. We may have been in a lot of bad relationships in the past, but that beautiful relationship is sitting there waiting for you. You just haven't known how to get it. And I'm trying to share with you the keys. Remember, stop speaking negativity into your own life. All I is the creator. Well, the Christians, all they needed was Jesus. All they needed was Jesus. And a lot of single women died married to Jesus. They got old believing it. All they needed was Jesus, and they died single alone with a cat. We don't want that for our people because we know that life is more than just that. We know that life is more than just that. Stop speaking negativity, my sister. Please stop speaking negativity because your soul is not built for negativity. Positive energy. Positive energy. That's it. Men just bring evil in your life. More negativity, more destructive energy. If you continue on down that path, sis, you will be single for the rest of your life. I promise you. You'll go from relationship to relationship, and none of them will last until you change your mindset, until you change the energy that you command to be in your life. And how you do that is listen to my lesson. Listen to what I'm teaching you. Study this lesson. Listen to it over and over and over. Study it. Take notes. Write down. And then apply these things into your life. I promise you it will make a difference. A world of struggle, disappointments, and poverties. Never catching a break. Constantly struggling to survive. Constantly struggling to find love, peace, and security. If you want love, peace, and security, then envision that in your mind. Bring it to yourself and start walking toward it. That's how you have to do it. Start singing love, peace, and security. Start envisioning that relationship that you want to have. Conduct yourself like you already married. Conduct yourself in that manner and move forward. This is called the dangers of your family, your families, your forefathers, your ancestors, and all of them handing down to you destruction, turmoil, chaos, confusion, poverty. Them handing it down to you by your actions, your thoughts, and your deeds is called social heredity. You inherited this social behavior from your forefathers. It's called social heredity. Look it up. It's a real word. I didn't just make it up. It's called social heredity. Social heredity is a form of an educational environment that affects more than a single generation. We are not born with social heredity. It includes social etiquettes, laws, custom, traditions, and a mother. The practices of certain laws, the practices of certain etiquettes, the customs of your forefathers, the traditions of your forefathers will bring you the same results that they got back then because you're doing the same things that they did to get those results. If you got ancestors in your family that were rich, study them, learn from them, and you will get that portion from them. If you got ancestors in your family that were servants of the Most High to the highest level, study them, learn from them, imitate their ways, and you will gravitate toward that spirit. Some change the way they look, usually by becoming more physically revealing in the clothes. And when attempting to grow wealth, they become increasingly stingy and not open to sharing with others. A lot of people think that's the way to do it. I want to be attractive. I want a husband. So I got to change the way I look. I got to change my appearance. So what they do is they start wearing these shirts with their titties hanging out, the cleavage hanging out, their booty shorts with their boots hanging out. They start looking trite. and they call themselves Israelites. They start wearing tight pants. I have never seen in my whole life, and I've been here a little 39 3/4 years plus, and I've never seen a time like today where our women are walking around with pantyhose on, and it's acceptable. Those tights that the women be wearing, they're nothing but pantyhose. Back in the day, they were just pantyhose. Pantyhose was something that you wore up underneath your clothes to protect you from the cold. But today, in this generation, and grown women are wearing pantyhose now. And they should know better. Grown women are in the streets with pantyhose. All these things are an attempt to draw attraction to them so somebody will desire to be with them. And that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about, because the wrong attention is worse than no attention. The wrong attention. And when you dress like a thought, you look like a thought, you are going to do what? Become a thought, because you're walking in thought spirit. You're walking in thought personality. You're walking looking like a harlot. Therefore, the law of karma is, as you put out, that's what you will receive. And that's exactly what you're doing with thought attitude. Some change the way they look, usually by becoming more physically revealing in the clothes. And when they attempt to grow wealth, when they try to get wealthy, they become increasingly stingy. They don't want to share. They don't want to give nothing to nobody or help anybody else to do better or to be better, because they're just stingy. They think that's the way that they're going to get wealth. The more they hoard to themselves, they think the more wealthier they're going to become. And they are not opening or sharing with others. These are not the proper methods when building something from nothing or obtaining what their heart truly desires. If you can imagine it, you can possess it. These are all learned traits and behavior patterns handed down through you, through your DNA, from many generations ago. From many generations ago. And it's called social heredity. Y'all hear that, right? Social heredity. That's what it's called. It's handed down to you from many generations ago. It's in your DNA. And your parents raised you up teaching you these things. And here's how you know it's there. You eat like they ate. And you eat what they ate. You accept poverty and loneliness as they have accepted it. Like that sister said earlier, I'm married to the Lord. I'm married to the Lord. I don't need nobody but the Lord. That's what our mother said. That's what our mother's mother said. That's what our mother's mother's mother said. Somewhere down the generation, that's where it come from. And that's what a lot of people are teaching today. So they have learned to accept being lonely as opposed to learning these teachings and applying these teachings in their lives to attract these things to themselves. I don't want to accept that for me. That's not going to become a part of me. I'm great. I'm a king. I'm the king. I ain't settling for nothing else, no matter what nobody tell me. And that's just me. I'm going to keep that positive energy flowing through my spirit forever. And that's the same way you got to see it until it actually happens and take place, and you manifest what you said you were and what you desired in this life. You eat like they eat. You have accepted the poverty and loneliness as they have accepted it. You pray without the intentions of actually receiving what you pray for. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? You pray and you ask things of the Creator without actually expecting to receive what you just prayed for. That brother got up on the podium today. He said he prayed for a land and a community, to live on land and be a part of a community years ago. And now here it is. He's so grateful and thankful to the Most High that it's manifested itself. Well, bro, if you didn't pick up your legs and pick up your feet and pick up that phone and start walking toward what you desire, it wouldn't have been. You've still been stuck in the city saying, oh man, I want this to happen, but doing nothing to make it happen. It ain't going to happen. You're a living example of what I'm talking about. And that's how we got to make this happen. Many don't know how to pray. So many people don't know what is a prayer. A lot of people think a prayer is something that when you go ask the creator for, they're going to say God. A lot of people say God. A lot of people ask God for stuff. That's the first reason why they don't get nothing, because they're asking the deity and they're not going to the Almighty. When you pray, you ask the Almighty for whatever it is that you want out there in the universe, whatever you desire for yourself. You want healing, you want a blessing upon somebody else's life, you want a blessing upon your life. Usually you don't pray for yourself, you pray for everyone else. But there are times when you pray for yourself. So anyway, you let that prayer out, you speak it out of your mouth at any level of tone, as long as those vibrations come out of your mouth. Before you make prayer, you always ask the Creator for permission to approach Him in prayer. Don't just start praying on your own and just start saying what you want to say. Before you start, you acknowledge the Most High and you ask Creator for permission to approach Him in your prayer. And then you say what you need to say. And then after you get up off that floor, you don't stop praying. That prayer now takes place in your mind and in your heart. It walks around with you. It's your desire. You pray for a job. You pray for success. You pray for a divine marriage. Those things don't leave you because you get up off your prayer rug. Those things take life inside of you, and you focus and you meditate on them always. Write yourself some notes, sticky pads, put them up in certain places so you will remind yourself of your prayer. You keep that energy about you, and then you start walking toward your prayer, and the things you pray for, start walking toward those things to bring those things to usher them into your life. You follow me? Don't just let it be a prayer. You get up off the floor and you don't do no works to make it happen. You get up off the floor and you do the work to bring that into your life, to make it happen. Whatever it is that you're praying for. Many don't know how to pray. The masses believe that prayer is just words you speak, but it's not. Prayer is a whole action. It's a whole action, and it has a life of its own. Once you speak it, you just gave it a life. And watch it take life within you and manifest itself from the etheric world into this world. It will happen. It's the words which translate into vibration, which translate into etheric life. This life needs to be constantly fed in order for it to return profitable unto its maker. And you are the maker. The food it needs are constant knowledge that it will return in your favor upon your head. You must know how to control your desires. You must know how to control your thoughts. You must know how to control your wants. You must know how to control your needs. How to command the Most High what is requested by you. And you know how you do those things? By the lifestyle you live. Listen to this lesson over and over and over until it sinks in. Take notes, write it down, record it, do what you got to do. But listen to this lesson over and over, and it will feed you what you need to get what you desire. If David had entered the battle with Goliath with doubt, with a doubtful mindset, he would have been defeated, just as many of us are defeated today. He would have been defeated, but he didn't enter into that battle with a doubtful mindset. Positivity was in his spirit the entire time, and he never let that out. He stayed confident. Not one time did you hear anything that he doubted through that whole process. And that's how we have to be. You are rapidly growing older, still waiting on your dreams to come true. Once you finish praying for it, you must go get it. Did you hear what I said? Once you finish praying for it, no matter what it is, you get up off that floor with your face to the earth. You get up off that floor. Now it's time for you to go get it. Or better yet, prepare yourself for its arrival. Whatever you pray for $1 million, so be it. Now get yourself prepared and start living like it's already here. Be it love, be it wealth, be it happiness, be it security, be it knowledge, be it wisdom, be it understanding. Whatever it is that you desire, you got to start. Once you pray for it, you got to go out and get it. You got to go out and obtain it. Bring it to yourself because you can do it. You can achieve it. Don't wait for nobody to do for you what you can do for yourself. And you'll never know what you could do for yourself if you're sitting on your hands. If you're letting people tie you down with irrelevant things that don't benefit you much toward your goal and your desires and your passions. Don't let that happen. Go out and get what's yours. Once you have sorted from the Creator, move out with the confidence that you already have it. Change. Now, this is extremely important what I'm about to say, family. Change your eating habits. Change your dressing style. Change the company you keep. Try even changing your hairstyle. You must completely remake yourself. Whatever it was about you that you've always been doing for a long time throughout your life that did not bring you what you desire, change it about yourself. The most important thing is change the way you think. You must change the way you think, because you can change all that stuff up top and don't change the way you think, you will never get nothing. I promise you. Your chances of receiving anything will be null and void. You almost won't get any of them. Change the way you think. Your thoughts govern your life, whether you understand this document or not. If you don't understand all these things that I just taught today, whether you understand it or not, your thoughts, the way you think, how you see yourself, what you desire in life, and how you go after it, it will not change. Your thoughts govern what you will have in life. As a man thinketh, so is he. You ever heard that before? And that's a fact. There's a book out with that title. As a man thinketh, so is he. This statement is absolutely true. Most of us are governed by our fears and doubts. And this is why we rarely achieve greatness. And when the road gets harder, many give up and miss out on the rewards of consistency. When the challenge comes and the road is hard, many give up. If Dawid would have saw that big giant and said, oh no, I'm getting out of here, and ran, we would never been reading his story today. We'd have never been hearing nothing about Dawid ever in history. So imagine how many other people was faced with their challenge and ran and fled from it. We don't know nothing about them. That's why a lot of people ain't great today, because they don't give in. I mean, they do give in. They give in to their fears. They give in to their doubts. Doubt what? Who? I'm the greatest man that ever walked on two legs. You ain't got to believe it, but I must believe it. I must believe it. You can call it arrogancy all you want. I call it confidence. You have to know for yourself who you are and what you do and the spirit you move in. You have to bring it to yourself. And don't let nobody, the naysayers, going to try to talk you down. Oh, you got to go see a psychiatrist, man. You need to go talk to somebody. You ain't got to do nothing. Stay loyal to the Most High. Stay true to this King and walk in his truth. Many give up and miss out on the rewards of consistency. They miss out on the rewards of repetition, and they miss out on the rewards of persistence. Don't quit. Don't give up. Keep up the knowledge that you will succeed, that you will achieve, that you will conquer, and guess what? You will. Keep up the confidence that you will succeed, that you will achieve, that you will conquer, and you will. Psalms 37 and 37. And this is what it says. Mark the blameless man and behold the upright, for there is a future for the man of peace. The life you want is waiting for you. With the proper mindset, you can have it. It all starts up here in the way you think. It all starts right here in the way you think. Change who you have been since your youth. Change who you've been since your youth and model yourself after somebody you wish to be more like or admire. Model yourself after somebody you wish to be more like or somebody you admire. Somebody who has achieved what you desire to achieve. Don't be hanging out in the corner with the guys drinking the 40s, talking about, man, I'm going to get rich one day. They on the corner drinking 40s with you. They can't tell you nothing. Get out of that circle. Change your life. Change the people you with. Change your hairstyle. Change your clothes. You have to completely remake yourself. Change the food you eat. Change your exercise routine. Whatever it is, because it ain't working for you. Whatever it is. Change all of that. Make it different. Find somebody that you admire. Somebody you like. Somebody you got a lot of respect for. But it has to be somebody that has attributes that you desire for yourself. And imitate them things, that person. Watch their habits and imitate them. When they pray, you pray. When they eat, you eat. When they run, you run. When they fast, you fast. You watch how they spend their money. If they're thrifty, then you be thrifty. If they share, then you share. Doesn't matter how much you got, you will open your pockets for more, and more will abundantly come in. Watch how they dress. Take and master their personality. Take and master their personality. And once you have mastered theirs, create your own using them as a template. Become the new you and watch how your life blossoms. Mark the blameless man and behold the upright, for there is a future for the man of peace. Many were not aware of etheric energy and therefore suffered a horrific life. Many of them was our ancestors, mine and yours. But we can change that. We can rewrite the future history by properly utilizing etheric energy or power of thought. May the Most High be praised. May the Most High be praised. Yeah, I hooked my machine up. All right, family. So we have any questions? Are there any questions or any comments? Now is the time. Are there any questions or comments? Now is the time to ask your questions. Let's move forward. I pray that you took on the magnitude of this lesson today. Very, very, very powerful lesson. You might not have heard it right the first time. Go back and listen to it maybe 4, 5, 6 more times. And then you will hear things that you did not hear. You will get a deeper understanding. Even if you think you understand it now, go back and listen to it again, and you'll get a different understanding. Believe me, I promise you. It was so much said today that the rational mind cannot possibly comprehend the deepness and the magnificence of this lesson. What does sister say? Magnificent lesson. May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabbah. May the Most High be praised. I pray that a lot of people really share this page, share this lesson, and like it, and comment on it, and give it its proper due, because we need to utilize this in our lives to better ourselves. Are there any questions, family? Are there any questions? I think we're coming up on the 7 o'clock hour, but if there ain't no questions, Kane, I have a few things to research. Toda Rabbah. All right, no problem, no problem. I need to change my whole paradigm. I need to change my whole paradigm. Beautiful lesson, all right. Everything was beautiful. Truly grateful for the direction of divine right actions. May the Most High be praised. Put them all up there, please. I need to change my whole paradigm. I need to change my whole paradigm. That's what that's saying, paradigm. I know, babe. I'm waking them up. They sleep. Magnificent lesson. May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabbi, everyone, for the comments. But let me share this with you, family. None of these comments mean a thing if you don't apply this lesson into your life. None of these comments will mean a thing if you don't apply the lessons of this comment into your life. None of it. So I want y'all to come back to me 3 weeks from now, 1 month from now, 6 months from now, and I want y'all to tell me of your progress from you doing what this lesson has said, and you're bringing these things into your life. And tell me the results. Share the results with me. Right here on the open forum, share the results. All right? Read on, please. Anyone else? Any other comments? You want to read that? She said, I can't sleep. Social heredity is what I've been praying against. Wow. Powerful lesson. Your words earlier confirmed something I asked the Creator to confirm for me. And you the prophetess. You the one who do all the confirming. But okay. May the Most High be praised. I'm in the mindset of it. I don't know. Oh, I'm in the midst of it. But I don't know that was the actual term. What's she talking about?
Social heredity.
Oh, okay. All right, no problem. Social heredity. Look it up. It's a real thing. Prince ain't just make it up out of his mind. It's a real thing. But even if I did make it up out of my mind, it fits. It fits. Look it up. All right, any other comments, family? All right, it's about a wrap. It's about a wrap. Anybody who left missed out on a great lesson. I told them don't leave. I tried to warn them, stay around. They heard me talking about myself and they left. I do that sometimes just to aggravate the demons that's around. Talk about myself sometimes just to aggravate them a little bit. Make them jokers flee. Flee, 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 flee. And they flee. And I ain't got no problem with it. Let them go. That's right. Tell the Rabbah, sis, may the Most High be praised. All right. So if there's any other comments you want to make, you know how y'all do y'all closing after we close the page down. Now is the time to do it. Say your shaloms because we're about to shut it down. Get it in before it's gone. May the Most High be praised. I really thank you all for coming out and spending your time with us. I really do. And your time is valuable. I value your time. And that's why I try to present lessons. That's why I try to present lessons that's going to be fruitful for your future. Because I know a lot of you have family members sitting in the background, listening in the audience, you know, and you never know what level of understanding they're on. So you got to speak to all levels when you're teaching. Children, adults, older folk, you got to speak to all levels. And that's what I try to do when I teach. I try to give lessons that's going to be edifying for the soul so that when people, after they hear the lesson, they apply the teachings to their lives and it makes a change in their lives, one that can be felt. You know what I mean? One that can be felt in the difference in how they walk, how they live, how they breathe. I want you to understand the full benefit of coming to these Shabbat services. May the Most High be praised. We had somebody else to do all this, but I guess they took a break. Oh, we forgot. We forgot to make prayer. Yeah. One of y'all want to do the prayer? We forgot to make the prayer. We all rise, please, and face the east. One of the brothers got it. You might want to come a little close to
Most High, we ask to approach your throne. Hallelujah, hallelujah. So, Lord God, for bringing us all here in the Shabbat to hear these powerful lessons. We pray that we ask that all the ears that were able to hear the message receive and is able to take heed in their lives and what the change they need to bring on these blessings, bring on these things they're going to manifest in their lives righteously. Father, we ask you to continue to heal us, continue to give us peace and good knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and continue to give our leadership peace and good knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, so they continue to lead us in the right direction, bring us closer to you. And most high, we ask you to continue to mend relationships, mend the children, bring us all back together so that we can all unite and get your will done according to our lives. And most high, we ask you to continue to protect us from all harm and danger, and whatever form against us shall prosper, and relieve the spirits of blood among us. We ask you to continue to circumcise our hearts, take away all wickedness, all sin. Remove all wickedness from our spirits and bring us closer to you, O Most High. And all these things we ask, we humbleness and humility. So we bow, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
All right, family. May the Most High be praised. Thank you all for coming out, and thank you all for sharing this on your platform. We really appreciate it. All the other groups, all the other pages, and all the other people who helped and participated, thank you for sharing. It is greatly appreciated. May the Most High give you blessings and blessings of life for all the participation that you have done on our behalf. May the Most High be praised. May the Most High be pleased. And may the Most High be honored throughout all eternity, from everlasting to everlasting. He is King. Torah Rabbah.